Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at Adrian College TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
Good afternoon and welcome to Docking Family Stadium. Bulldog football is here once again, another home contest.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree, the world is going to feel like shrinking to you.
Of the Western Michigan University Football Stadium. We are here at Kalamazoo College. Ian Went and Sean Whitmer for some MIAA football action as the 6-1 Adrian College Bulldogs still receiving votes in the Division III football rankings, taking on 4-3 Kalamazoo College. They're 1-3 in the league. That win coming here last week against Albion College. More on that in a moment. Back in the booth, first time since a gut-wrenching loss at home against Hope, 19-17, a top 25 matchup that went the Flying Dutchman's way. To say, it was a tough week for a lot of Bulldog fans would be an understatement. But one way to cure those ailments is to play another football game, and Saturday is the same time every week. And as Adrian College fans, that's all you can look forward to is the next one. And here we are at Kalamazoo, Sean.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, it was a very tough loss for the Bulldogs last week, but it's behind them now. They can't control what is in the past. They can only control their destiny from here on out. And realistically, everything's in their hands still. They have everything in front of them. It's not like the season's over because they lost one game. We've seen crazier things happen in college football.
That's right. And from what I've been told from the school and from the MIAA is through all the tie-breaking scenarios, should Adrian win out and Hope and Alma, either Hope wins out and we beat Alma, all three of us would have one league loss. The tiebreaker eventually would go to Hope. It would be obviously conference record, same. Against each other, we all would have beaten each other. Wins against the next highest team in the conference, that nulls everything out. Overall record would knock Alma out, and then it would reset to head-to-head. So that would give the edge to Hope. If Adrian wins out, Alma loses that game to us, and the Flying Dutchmen win out. But we talk about the conference. You look at D3 football, Adrian loses that tight game, and they're still receiving votes. So if the conference doesn't go your way, the Bulldogs could be looking at an at-large bid to the D3 tournament.
Yeah, and I think that's something that they're definitely aware of, is they know that postseason play is in their grasp. It's right there for them. I think that they are still hoping for that MIAA. I feel like the players want that more than anything right now, is just to get that recognition as they feel they've fought so hard for, and coming down to a 2-point difference after a career-long field goal.
That's right, and a game that featured 5 points in the whole second half for Hope last week. Looking at the MIAA today, obviously this game is huge. I mean, you cannot afford to slip up, and there are plenty of storylines going Kalamazoo's way today as the Hornets are playing their final home game of the year. It is senior day, and announced a few days ago, their longtime head coach Jamie Zorbo, after this year, his 18th season, he is hanging up the cleats, and he's going to take over as the athletic director here at Kalamazoo, as he's been in a dual role. So Coach Zorbo, his final home game as coach of the Hornets, as they have a couple road games coming up after this one. So you're talking about a juiced-up Kalamazoo team, everything to play for. The conference is kind of out of the question at this point, but you're playing for pride. You're playing for a win. Last time Adrian College came out here, it was 2023, or rather 2022 we were over here. No, it was 23, excuse me, where Kalamazoo won that game 45-23. So this group has beat the Bulldogs before. They know what it takes, but this, Sean, is a different team than a couple years ago.
Yeah, completely different coaching staff, completely different roster. A couple players still on this team that made that trip. First player that comes to mind, of course, Chris Jackson was on that team that year and was a rotational defensive lineman in his freshman season. I believe he made the trip for that game. So there's a couple players here that are impactful for this Bulldog team that were on this field when they took that loss. And I know we always preach short memory, but at the end of the day, there's something in the back of your head that says, I don't want to do that again. I don't want to feel that bus ride back. I want to celebrate on my way home.
Absolutely. Other games in the conference aside from this one, the game that Bulldog fans will be tuning in for as well will be Albion hosting Hope. And for 3 hours today, the Bulldogs are somewhat
in front of you. with only 3 weeks left to go in the year. And I said in our morning meeting today, guys, after today, there's only 2 more weeks, and you still have every goal that's attainable. However, it all starts today.
Right, and speaking of today, what's the key to victory? Kalamazoo has been known to throw the football my whole time around this program. What's the key to victory today?
They'll do the same thing today. I mean, last week they had a big chunk run play for 74 yards, and then they had a big passing play for another 65 yards. So we have to eliminate any big chunk plays. They're going to get their yards. I mean, the kid throws for over 300 yards a game, it seems like. So they're going to get their yards. They're very good at what they do. We just need to make sure we try to get some turnovers and not give up the large play. And then we need to score some points today, because I know that that's an offense that's very capable over on that side.
Again, that was Adrian College head football coach Joe Palka. And here we are at Kalamazoo College. Ian Wendt and Sean Whitmer. The kick is up and it is away, and it will be an Adrian College return. Quincy Dorsey along the right hash gets some blocking up to the 28 and the 31, where he has dropped after a decent return. The kickoff for 81, Bodie Brill, and Quincy Dorsey on the return for the Bulldogs. And we'll see the Adrian offense first. Unit that got shut out in that second half last week, Sean, and looking to put up some big-time points here today. And when this team is rocking, that offensive line is moving people.
Yeah, and it's a very big unit up front. As you said, they move people. That's what they like to do, and they're not afraid to just get low and drive the line off the ball. A 3 down front with some rotating edge guys, 3-4 base package.
Bryce Keller at left tackle. Jack Bush at left guard. The center is Isaiah Simon. He'll snap it back to Noah Boudry. And here is the snap to Noah. Quick hitter out to Ethan Aberger up over the 30. Eludes a tackle to the 40 and a Bulldog first down. And there's Ethan Aberger. And we learned something in talking with the Kalamazoo folks doing their broadcast. Familial variety here this afternoon.
Yeah, Ethan Aberger, the sophomore out of Holland, Michigan, is playing against his brother Evan Aberger on the Kalamazoo sideline, a freshman quarterback.
Rest of the line for Adrian: Joe Pruchnick and Matthew Hall. It's another quick hitter outside, and that is Braden Whitaker. Gets thrown down after a modest gain near midfield. Opening drive here in this one. They're going to give Bulldog receiver 5 yards on that one up to their own 48-yard line. Adrian going no huddle here. Trey Brueggemann is the running back with Noah Boudry in the shotgun. Noah, quick hitter left side. Aberger again gets a block from Tyler Greer, and he's right near the line to gain. It'll depend on the spot, and that will be a Bulldog 1st and 10. So looking at the stats last week, Sean, Aberger really was quiet against Hope, and he's not quiet here in the first drive.
No, they're getting Ethan Aberger involved, which is something me and you had talked about pregame, that I just expected Aberger to really get back into what he did so well prior to the Hope game.
Kalamazoo with 2 linemen in a 3-point stance, 3 rush. Boudry moves out to his right, and a drop pass by his running back, Trey Brueggemann, on the flat. Trey had some running room if he makes that grab. So an incompletion for Boudry, and a 2nd and 10 for Adrian at the Kalamazoo 46-yard line.
Brueggemann knew he should have had that ball. Just a quick release into the flat from your halfback. It opens up really easy for him, and unfortunately he watches it straight through his hands. Tried to look upfield before he saw the ball all the way into his mitts.
So 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. No score. Opening minutes of this football game. It's going to be a straight run for Brueggemann. Following that left side. There's a hole for Trey inside the Kalamazoo 40. Going over that left side with Bush, the left guard. Bryce Keller, the left tackle. Love those double pull, right, where the right tackle and guard go to the left side, and there's a lot of people over there. It's the first 3rd down of this ball game, 3rd and 3 for the Dogs at the Kalamazoo 39-yard line on the right hash, left hash. They go left to right. Boudry to throw. Whitaker with a catch behind the line of scrimmage, needs a block, gets through one tackler. He is close to the first down. They're going to give it to him at the Kalamazoo 34-yard line. Nice blocking by Greer and Aberger to give the sophomore from Dundee some space.
It's interesting because Whitaker's frame and the way he plays ball makes you think he'd be the one blocking with Greer, allowing Aberger to get upfield. Instead, I mean, maybe that's what they expect the defense to expect.
The old reverse psychology.
Throw some trickery.
So 1st and 10, Adrian College. In their gold pants, their white jerseys, numbers in black. There's black on the shoulder pads as well. It's a triple option. Noah Boudreaux's going to keep it, slip into the second level, and get dropped at the 29-yard line of Kalamazoo. So a fake run to the middle. He had a pitch man going out with him. That's a little wrinkle in this Bulldog attack. So Adrian going no huddle here. Going quick here in the opening drive. Noah Boudreaux straight back to pass. Looks for Aberger middle. He's not open. Plenty of time. Now he rolls out to his right. Noah looking, moves ahead and scampers out of bounds for about a yard. Good coverage by Kalamazoo as Adrian was looking for a deep shot for Aberger over the middle.
And it's interesting because Aberger rarely runs those over-the-middle routes. He's usually an outside beater. He runs those 5-yard outs, 10-yard outs, some speed outs, of course, meaning he's rounding it instead of making a hard cut. You don't see him run over the middle as much, and I've been pounding the table wanting them to give him some shots over the middle because everyone knows he's trying to get to the outside at this point.
11.5 to go in the quarter. 3rd down. Adrian 1 for 1 today. It's a run fake. Hit to the flat, Ryan Brumley. 1st down, Bulldogs. Gets through a tackle at the 20. 15 and 10. 1st and goal, AC. Ryan Brumley with a catch and run. He caught a touchdown last week against Hope. He's got touchdowns in 2 straight games. And he gets his team at the 9-yard line.
Yeah, that's a lot of football player running at you downhill. Yes. When Ryan Brumley can get open in the flats. And it's interesting because that's what Hope did so often on 3rd down against this Bulldog team.
6'5", 245. Boudreaux looking the other way to Whitaker. He throws it away and incomplete. Boy, a battle for Adrian's Bryce Keller against 57 for Kalamazoo. The fans down below us looking for a call. It's Dylan Gaki, the 6-foot sophomore out of Wixom, got tangled up there with Keller.
Yeah, and this is something that we've seen a lot in MIAA football over the past few years. You won't really see flags for things like that. They'll give a couple warnings, and if it continues to be a problem, then the flag might appear. 2nd
down and goal. Boudreaux going for Whitaker. A diving grab at the 2-yard line. A little back shoulder, but a little bit low. Nice catch by the youngster. 3rd and goal from the Kalamazoo 2. And we're going to bring in a couple other running back types. Carson Schrader enters the ball game. Adam Travers, a freshman offensive lineman, 44 in the game. And it is the Bulldog look as Trey Brueggemann will take the direct snap, the Bulldog running back. 10:19 to go in the first quarter, no score. Adrian perfect on 3rd down on this drive. Man in motion is Whitaker left to right. Fakes the run to him. And it is Brueggemann, left side, reaching for the end zone. They'll mark him short. Inside the 1-yard line. I thought he reached the football over. The official right on it along the goal line, and a really no decision here for Coach Palka. They're going for this on 4th down.
I almost say you reset and do it again, the same thing. Maybe they'll go to that under center look we've seen the past couple times with almost a diamond set behind.
4th and goal. Stephen McCoy into the ball game along with Drew Calvert, a running back and a tight end. Here comes Boudreaux. He's going to line up under center. 2 backs right behind him. Give it to the last man through. It's Brueggemann. Keeps fighting. He did not get in. Adrian turned aside at the goal line, and the Hornets sting the Bulldogs on their opening drive. What a stop on senior day for these Hornets.
The reason you do that, though, on 4th down and you're willing to run the football, you're on the 1-yard line. You get stuffed, they're on their own 1-yard line, and your defense is playing angry up front. So, potential chance to see some hands raised over the heads here pretty quick.
Bulldogs go 5 minutes, 38 seconds down the field in 13 plays, 68 yards, and they get nothing for it. But you're right, Kalamazoo backed up deep in their own end from the 1-yard line. Claps his hands from the shotgun, run to the left side to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. We're going to see a lot of Connor Bell, the senior running back, 42. Stands 5'10", 200 pounds. Dawson Scoopin, the quarterback, 6'4" and 190. Give him a yard on the rush up to the 2. Bulldogs have 4 across the front. Scoopin will clap his hands, take the snap. He's going to throw from his own end zone. Going left side, catch made. Quick hit by Maddox Woods, and he drops the receiver at the 6-yard line. Tight end making that catch.
We were curious with Tim Simons being out if the Bulldogs would go to a single high look with maybe an extra corner down in the box, or if they bring Ethan Layton in to play Simons' role. It looks like Layton has gotten the first drive, as they usually trust their linebackers to play that nickel set.
Jackson Swords with that reception. A 3rd down and 6 for Kalamazoo, rather 3rd and 4 looks like. QB looks right, throws that way, caught. First down, Hornets. Far side of the field. Catch made by number 3 on that one. Wideout Aaron Ziekman, a junior out of Bloomfield Hills. So a lot of breathing room for the Hornets. Began the drive at their 1 after stopping Adrian on 4th and goal at the 1-yard line. Scoopin takes, throws, quick hitter. It's incomplete, right through his receiver's hands. Braden Levis, the senior out of Brownstown. Tight Bulldog coverage out there for Coronas Davis. Still with that heavy wrapping on his left hand. Up his forearm. 2nd and 10. Here's a run for Bell. Trying to get that edge. There's Maddox Woods again. Tackled in the backfield. Also in there quickly for the Dogs was Nelson Fernandez, the senior out of Orlando, Florida.
Woods read that really well, which isn't much of a surprise with how good he played last week. One thing I want to note here, the cadence for Kalamazoo right now is just a simple clap. Linebackers can time that up really well here soon.
2 wide to the right, 1 out to the left. 3rd and 11 for Kalamazoo. Bulldogs bring a corner blitz. Scoopin flushed back. Throws it short behind the line of scrimmage. Catch made, trying to get to the middle. Unsuccessful in doing so. And we'll see the Kalamazoo punt unit as Bell made the catch out of the backfield.
Talking more on that cadence, of course, you can do the fake snap with the half clap. Your center is snapping the ball when your hands clap. The quarterback is giving a tell where he's tensing up when he fake claps, and he's very loose and fluid when he's actually clapping for the snap. If the blitzing player keys in on that, that's going to be an easy way to time up the snap.
Carson Moat is listed as the starting punter for the Hornets. No score, 6:44 to go. And he's looking to move. No, he's going to punt it away. Boy, rugby style, bouncing at his own 45, takes a huge Kazoo roll inside the Adrian 40 to the 37-yard line. Not sure if that was a rugby style punt or what happened there, but good on him to get the punt away.
Looked like the long snap got just a little bit hot for him to handle. It got in on his body, and by the time he gathered it and got it where he wanted to drop it for the punt, there was already a Bulldog screaming in, so he had to make a move, get athletic as the punter, and then get the ball away as fast as he could.
So 1 first down for Kalamazoo. They move the ball 11 yards in 6 plays. Adrian went 68 yards, 13 plays on their opening drive and got stymied at the 1. 2 receivers per side for Noah Boudry. He's going to do a quarterback draw. Gets a nice block on a linebacker. Boudry into the secondary and into Kazoo territory to about the 48-yard line. Shout out Steve McCoy with the block, the sophomore out of Toledo.
Was a little curious who the backup running back would be here today. It's nice to see Steve McCoy get a lot of reps as he's been developing throughout the season, and he's had some pretty big moments for the Bulldogs.
1st and 10, Adrian. Boudry play action pass, goes left side, catch by Whitaker on that curl route, reaches out to around the 40-yard line. We're about to call that the Whitaker route. Little 5 or 6 yard comeback. Sure-handed receiver. Give him 8 on the catch. Bulldogs wasting no time here. Trips out wide to the right side, outside the hash marks along the numbers. Noah Boudry hands it off. Jump cut, left side, speed into the secondary. First down Bulldogs, he's still on his feet. 15, 10, stumbling inside the 5 and down to the 2 goes Steve McCoy. Play started middle, jumped it left side, and bam, he's gone.
Yeah, I had mentioned that he's had some big moments for the Bulldogs. I don't think there's been a bigger moment than that one right there.
Let's run the same play. Let's go left side handoff here. Oh, Boudreaux's going to fake it and score the Bulldog touchdown. Noah Boudreaux from a couple yards away, and Adrian strikes quickly on their second possession. 6-0 Bulldogs, 5:12 to go here in the first quarter.
Noah Boudreaux, great job doing it. That's just a simple read option. Something you're taught nowadays, at least. You're taught that back in middle school. You read the defensive end. If he screams down the line of scrimmage, you keep it yourself, and you just walk in from 1 yard out. If he doesn't, you give it to your running back and you let him make a play.
Jack Boyke in to attempt this extra point. The snap was high, but a nice job on the hold, and Boyke's kick is good. Credit to Brody Moore, 42 to get that hold down. Boyke bangs it through, and with 5:12 to go in this first quarter, it is Adrian College 7 and Kalamazoo College 0. This is your home for Bulldog football, the Adrian College Sports Network.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Jack Boyke, who just made the extra point, lines up to kick this football away. 49 degrees our game time temperature. Cloudy, overcast skies here in Kazoo. Boyke's run up and kick looks good. He's going to drive Hannafin back. In fact, he will not field it as it bounces into the end zone. Lucas Hannafin, the senior out of Chelsea. Lenawee County fans probably sick of hearing that guy's name as a standout Bulldog over at Chelsea, and great career here at Kalamazoo.
That's an interesting kick there by Boyke, as the bounce it took. If they let that go and it bounces at the 1, they're scrambling to pick it up. It bounced horizontally, and it would have stayed in the field of play.
And it did. Liam Carey leading this Bulldog defense, who ranks top 10 in the nation in points allowed per game with 11. First and 10 Kalamazoo from their own 25-yard line. Here's the snap. Scoopin fakes left. He rolls out to the right. Throws on the run. Catch made. A gang tackle at the 29-yard line. Maddox Woods, another stop, along with Ethan Layton, number 11, as you mentioned, stepping into that safety role. We were unsure what defense we'd see from D coordinator Chad O'Brien and Ryan Shields. Seeing that two-safety look. Dawson Scoopin to the line. Second and medium for the Hornets. Bulldogs up 7-0, 4:40 to go, first quarter. 3 out wide to the left. Takes the snap, hands it off to his running back. There's just nowhere to go. There's Bennett Gildy, first time mentioning his name today. And that's a surprise. He's a tackling machine for the black and gold. 32 with that rush. Kyler Majorana.
Bulldogs are running a lot of zone on defense right now with the receiver sets they're getting on the other side.
Hornets need 6. Rolling left, catch by Hannafin short. He meets a couple of dogs right near that line of scrimmage. He looked, or the line to gain, about a half-yard short is Hannafin. Quincy Dorsey with the stop out there.
I think without Dorsey punching that ball loose, he actually gets the first down, but because of where Dorsey punched it out, the ball spun back and stayed on that side of the chain.
Well, you're hearing the Hornets fans, they want Coach to go for it. Bulldogs keeping the defense, the starting defense out there. They're looking for a possible fake. Dorsey backs up to return a potential kick. Carson Mowat is the punter. Had issues the last time. And 4th and 1 for Kalamazoo at their own 39, and we have a whistle as the play clock got down to 0. We'll see if they did get a timeout away, and that's lucky one there for Jamie Zorbo. And you just hear fans down there, Sean, want them to go for it. I mean, you're at your own 39, you're down 7-0.
You're down 7-0, but this is a Bulldog team that can get on top of you quick if you don't make a little bit more risky decisions in a game like this. And The punt unit is staying out there, I believe. However, with the way they have their three set up, their three emergency blockers, if you will, trying to prevent the punt from getting blocked, I don't expect a fake. Those are two linemen, it looks like, and a linebacker.
Yeah, the Bulldogs bring their punt return unit out there. Ethan Aberger set to return. They'll still keep an eye out for this fake, possibly. There are three protectors about 6 yards back of the long snapper. And there is the snap. It's knee high. Oh, it is a pass. And they connect, and it's a first down. Hornets up to the 40. Incredible. 27. Aiden Paucan from Onstead. The freshman makes the catch. I mean, how do you fall asleep on that?
Yeah, and that was wide receiver Carson Moat throwing the football.
Well, he's listed as their starting punter. So first down Kalamazoo, down 7-0. QB floats the screen pass out to his tight end. Catch made up to the 50. Into Bulldog territory to around the 47-yard line. Catch and run for 87. Jaden Johnson, the senior out of Muskegon. And here go the Hornets. Down 7-0. So 9-yard pickup, 2.5 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Adrian College. Scooping, looking deep, pocket holds, jumps up, floater caught by his running back for a first down Kalamazoo. Majorana with another catch and a first down for Kalamazoo. They're hustling here. Bulldogs making line changes on the move. First and 10 Kalamazoo, approaching 2 minutes left in the first quarter. There's the snap. Bulldogs bring four. There's some pressure up the middle. Flushing him out to his right. Throws that way. Catchell on the sideline. There's Hannafin into space down to the 24-yard line of AC. Been seeing this for years from Lucas Hannafin. Making something out of nothing. A very good basketball player as well here at Kalamazoo. And Dawson scoop and found him for another 9-yard pickup. And Hornets feeling good after their big win here at home against Albion last week. Scoopin fakes the clap. Now he brings it. Adrian bringing some pressure off the edge. Throws far side along the sideline, and it's batted away at the last moment. Nice work out there for Quincy Dorsey. Also, number 40 back there in coverage. Steven Moreno, the linebacker. Not expecting to see him out there.
No, Marino, a outside linebacker, defensive end hybrid player.
Here's a quick run through the middle, and that's going to be at the line. I think they'll give it to him first and 10. Carey credit with the tackle, and they are going to move the chains for first down Hornets. So they fake the punt from their own 39, and they're still moving. 62 seconds now left in the first quarter. 7-0 Adrian College. Second possession for Kalamazoo. The first one started at their 1. Scooping from the shotgun. Run fake. Screen pass. Left side. Trying to get that edge, and there's Maddox Woods again with another tackle. That's Jaden Johnson with another catch, 87. Another stop for Woods. Already 3 tackles. Ethan Burrows credited with 3. One of the starting safeties out there. Second down and 9. Here's a quick throw left side to Hannafin. Dorsey just gets a hold of those ankles as the ever-elusive Hannafin gets a field. We'll set up a third down and short when we come back. 1 quarter in the books here in Kalamazoo. And it's your Bulldogs leading the Hornets by a score of 7-0. Ian Wentz, Sean Whitmer will be back in 30 right here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Right back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Look at the other game we're keeping an eye on in the late stages first quarter in Albion. Hope leading the Britons 14-0. Hope obviously right behind Alma in those MIAA standings. Here in Kalamazoo, 7-0 Adrian College. I'm Ian Wendt and Sean Whitmer. We have Tim Ambrose, part of our crew as well, here this afternoon. After a fake punt from their own 39-yard line, Kalamazoo has moved the football into the Bulldog red zone, or just outside of it. Should be at the 21-yard line. They put the football at the 18. Something is wrong. It's either the chains or the football, and it is evidently the chains. They got that squared away. So KZoo looking at a 3rd down and about 3. Bulldogs have 4 linemen across the front. Scooping 10 of 12 for 56 yards in this ball game. Bulldogs show pressure off the edge. They back out of it. They rush 4. Scooping pushed out to his right. Being chased. Hit hard and an incomplete pass. Liam Carey got a hold of Scooping as he let that go. Pass was intended for Hannafin. Would have been short of a first down anyway, as Maddox Woods was right there in coverage.
Great job by the Bulldogs defense as a unit there, trusting each other and allowing players to just fly all over the field and make an impact.
Pressure by the freshman, Eric Bush, 63. They're going to stay out there for a 4th down and 4. Pressure shown through the middle. Scoopin takes the snap. Bulldogs duping pressure. Throws. It's intercepted. Liam Carey with the INT. And that is the first interception thrown by the Kalamazoo quarterback all season long. Scoopin, a victim of Liam Carey, and a 1st down Adrian College.
Great job by Liam Carey there, reading the eyes of Scoopin and just streaming across. He knew it was a hitch. That's what they wanted to set up. They were setting up a little bit of a spacing concept there on the left side. Scoopin didn't look off the linebacker and tried to feed it into the tight window. Unfortunately for him, Liam Carey knows what he's doing there on the football field.
Yeah, not his first rodeo. And again, coming into the game, 191 attempts, no interceptions. And on his 13th pass, Dawson Scoopin turns the football over. Carey brought it out to the Adrian 31-yard line where it will be 1st and 10. Boudry's pass to Ethan Aberger looking for a block. Lowers the shoulder pad level, gets to the 36-yard line. As starting this drive in the backfield is Steve McCoy. So Aberger today, again, a lot more involved than last week. Already his 3rd catch. Opening minute of our second quarter. Both defenses with turnovers on 4th down. 2nd down and medium. Run through the middle. There's some opening up. 1st down, Adrian to the 45-yard line. There's that man again, McCoy. Following Isaiah Simon at center. They found some room running right through that middle.
When you have a 3-down front, the middle is really where you're going to be your weakest. You need your linebackers to come up and fill holes.
There's another run. Another big opening and another 1st down Adrian in chunks. There goes McCoy once more.
Hornets defensive front there. They started with a 3-down set, nose guard over Isaiah Simons, and then they slid down into a 4 front.
Here's McCoy again. Nice block by Hall, and it's down to the 39 of Kalamazoo. Only 5 yards on the carry.
As I was saying, though, when you slide your defensive front like that so close to the snap, you're almost guaranteed to get blocked off the ball because they aren't even set back into their stances yet. Takes a long time for players to get reset.
Bulldogs have 3 wide to the right, 1 left. Boudry going to look left. Now middle. Ooh, it's off the hands of Braden Whitaker. A little high and incomplete. Boudry now 8 of 11 for 67 yards. And again, both players would say, I should have made the play there. Whitaker's made tougher catches than that this season, too.
And Boudry, not only is he saying that he should have thrown that ball a little bit lower, he's also sitting there thinking, wow, I'm glad I got that ball back.
Yeah, that's true.
There were 3 Hornet defenders in the area, and ball ended up finding the turf.
Adrian's run 22 plays, 160 yards. Kalamazoo 19 for 69. Adrian 2 for 3 on third down. They need 5 yards now. Boudry looking to pass. Goes deep. Ryan Brumley, a one-handed tip and a caught ball inside the Kazoo 15-yard line. Ryan Brumley. My goodness.
Just threw that large mid up there into the sky, and he came down with something. It's a great route by Brumley as well to find himself open. Nice route concept on the left side of the field. Had him standing solo.
So back-to-back plays. Brumley's going to point out to Braden, hey, that's how you catch that pass. As Aberger gets another one here, and he squirts down inside the 9-yard line. 3rd and 5, they run a deep pattern toward the sideline and connects. So 3 for 4, the Bulldogs. 12-12 to go before halftime. We're moving pretty quickly here at Kalamazoo. 7-0 Bulldogs looking for more. It's going to be a quick hitter to Aberger again, spinning down to the 5. Out of bounds with just under 12 to go, first half. Noah Boudry with the touchdown run on the last possession. It's going to be a 3rd down and less than a yard. McCoy in the backfield with Boudry. Give us to McCoy. Dancing through the line, and he's down to the 4. That's a Bulldog 1st and 10. It's kind of been the Steve McCoy drive here for the Bulldogs.
It looks like they're signaling 4th.
Oh, they say he didn't get it? Wow. Yeah, that spot should be a 1st down. As the head linesman is going to talk to the chain gang on the far side. And, yeah, it is a 1st down. The yard marker was at the 5-yard line, and McCoy got to the 4, so glad they got that right. 11-11 to go before half. Bulldogs up a score and looking for more. Boudry in the shotgun. He's going to throw to the right side. Back shoulder, and too far for Braden Whitaker. So he got tangled up in coverage out there. Looked like Aiden Paucan was the one in coverage. Again, Lenawee County kid, if you all are listening. Great athlete at Onstead High School. Multi-sport athlete. In coverage there. Both teams making substitutions. Bulldogs bringing a tight end. We've seen a little bit of Alex Dixon in the last few weeks, a 6'4 freshman. 260 pounds out of Grand Haven. And the play clock is down to 1, and Coach Palka wants a timeout. And you know what? I do as well. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. Bulldogs leading it here at Kalamazoo, 7-0. But looking for more. This is your home for Adrian College football, the Adrian College Sports Network.
Elevate your game? At Adrian College, our athletes strive for excellence on and off the field. Get involved in over 50 student clubs and organizations where your passions meet purpose. With innovative programs and personalized learning, our academics are designed to ignite your future. Experience vibrant student life, where community and connection shape your college journey. Adrian College, where you belong. Apply today and become part of the Bulldog family.
Back at Kalamazoo College, Ian Wett and Sean Whitmer. Tim Ambrose, part of your 3-man crew here this afternoon. 7-0 Adrian College. And they're looking at a 2nd down and goal from just inside the Kalamazoo 5. 7-0 AC out in front, receiving votes in the national poll. trying to make a statement here. Boudry from the shotgun with McCoy in the backfield. Brumley in motion left to right along the line of scrimmage. Aberger also in motion. Give us to Aberger. Gets through one man in the backfield. Needs a block to the corner. Aberger dives. He's close. He's in. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Ethan Aberger in front of his brother finds the score, and the Bulldogs up 13-0 early second quarter.
Yeah, when they called the timeout, I seen the substitution there. Whitaker went off the field. Aberger came back on. I was curious if they were going to have Aberger just run a quick little bubble or something, having all those tight ends, but that works too when you can get him on the outside for the jet touch.
Able to elude a Hornet in the backfield as Jack Boykin on for the extra point. It's good. 14-0 Bulldogs, and Jack kicking down to our left. That's where Sean and I were shagging field goals at about 11 o'clock this morning, helping out Jack and the gang.
And if people are wondering why we got here so early, it's a busy day here in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Yeah, there's a soccer game behind us. There's a D1 football game. It's set to go at 4 o'clock this afternoon.
So tailgating has started probably about 3 hours before we got here.
I was going to say, yeah, maybe last night, just carried over.
One of the higher population densities in the MIAA, Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Bulldogs pumping it up on the far sideline. A good crowd making the roughly hour 45-minute drive over to Kalamazoo. 10:54 to go in the first half. 14-0 Bulldogs. Update from Albion. Hope all over the Britons. 21-0 as they are still in their first quarter. Boyke will kick things off. It's a high returnable kick, and it will be from just inside the 10-yard line. Room to the middle, getting through one, and Boyke nearly had to make a tackle as the Hornets get out up over the 30-yard line. That's number 3, Aaron Zeckman with the return for Kalamazoo. So, Sean, the Hornets have moved the ball, at least in their last possession. It was stymied by the first interception thrown by Dawson Skupin, but they've really done a nice job in lateral passing here today. A lot of quick screens, tight end drag routes, things like that.
And that's where the Bulldogs are going to be strong on defense, having so many linebackers on the field.
1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. It's going to be a run, and it's going to go nowhere. That time they tried 42, Connor Bell, and the senior from Westland out of Detroit CC gets 1 yard to his own 39.
When you're throwing all those bubbles and quick hitters laterally, it's just an extension of the run game, and those linebackers can make easy plays.
Run fake to Bell. Goes middle. Caught. No, it's incomplete. Big hit by Ethan Burrows at the 50. Incomplete pass. Laid into the receiver that time. 84 Hayden Johnston got the worst of that as Ethan Burrows got banged up a little bit last week, and he didn't really come out of the game much. And, boy, he is back in full force.
And force is definitely what he did there, laying the boom.
We have a fun fact about Burrows here in a minute. Here's a look for Skupin going deep near sideline. What a grab off the fingertips inside Adrian territory. Deep ball caught. That's Aaron Zeckman down to the Adrian 25-yard line.
And there might be a missed spot here. Looked like Zeckman stepped out at about the 30, and even he thought so. He had to run back up. He was getting the play call from the 35, had to run all the way back up.
Oh, so Skupin drops it in a bucket. 3 out wide to the left. Looking to throw that way. Pump fake. Looking for Hannafin. There's nowhere to go. Skupin flushed out of the pocket and then just dumps it away. Incomplete. There was his running back Bell in the area, so no grounding on that one.
He was also out of the pocket and got it past the line of scrimmage, so
all good. So tell us about Burrows, Sean.
Well, directly to Burrows' back as we speak is a fun little street name named Burrows Road here in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
2nd and 10 for the Hornets. Bulldogs bring 4. They nearly get home. Nice catch in traffic. Zekman again. First down Hornets inside the red zone down to the Adrian 10-yard line. Dorsey with the tackle. So you wonder if Tim Simon's absence kind of shown up in the pass game a little bit. 1st and goal, Kalamazoo. Here's a middle screen, caught at the 5 and sandwiched at the 3. Johnston with another grab for Kalamazoo, and they're knocking on the door here. 2nd and goal at the Bulldog 3. 9:05 to go before half. It's 14-0 Bulldogs. Hannafin lined up in the slot to the left. Look that way. Scooping with Bell in his left hip pocket. Sends a man in motion. That is Hannafin left to right. Scoopin takes the shotgun snap. Adrian brings pressure. Throws to the middle. Tipped in the air. Picked off by Burrows. Yes, it was Burrows with the INT. We mentioned the street, and there he goes. That is number 6 on the year for Ethan, and this defense with another takeaway and the 2nd on the season for Dawson Scoopin.
Yeah, he entered the game with 0, and right there, that's not on Scoopin fully. He put the ball a little high in defense of the receiver, but the receiver, if you're not able to make the play on the ball, you swat it down the same way a defensive back would. He tried to fight for it. It gave it enough life for it to be dove on top of.
And this defense has just made a living taking the football away. Does it again. First and 10, Adrian from the 20. Boudry looking to pass. Goes deep, far sideline. Caught by Brumley and fumbled at the 47-yard line. Kalamazoo on top of it. They'll say first down Hornets, I believe. Or what? Is it incomplete? There's a flag back at the 20-yard line of Adrian. What is the call? Incomplete or a fumble? And what is that flag at the 20?
If I had to guess, it should have been incomplete. I don't think Brumley ever made an actual football move. He was fumbling with the football before he allegedly fumbled the football.
Hayden Johnston was the wide receiver Scoopin was looking for in the end zone on the last turnover by Kalamazoo. And still no call yet. There's a lineman downfield penalty. They're going to decline that penalty. And they will say it's a fumble by Brumley after a completed pass. And a first down Hornets. So back-to-back turnovers by these offenses. That's a bang-bang play. I think if you're wearing gold, it's incomplete. And if you're wearing black today, that's a catch and a fumble.
Well, I'm wearing both colors currently, and the Bulldogs aren't going to be happy about that one. Brumley was spinning still. He had taken only one step and never tucked the football.
Well, on the field, called a takeaway at the 46-yard line. Scoopin, feeling pressure, steps up into the pocket, takes off, nearly got stripped by Carey as he slides at the 41-yard line. Chris Jackson, like a man on a mission, into that backfield in a hurry.
Yeah, first quarterback pressure of the day for Chris Jackson, and speaking to him throughout the week, he's ready to play here today. He's ready to get in that backfield.
Scooping with 2 receivers to either side. 14-0 Bulldogs, 8 minutes to go before half. Scoopin steps up, now goes to his left, escapes the pocket, flips it late over the line of scrimmage. It's incomplete as he took a hit on the play as well. Illegal forward pass should be the call right now. Give Scoopin credit. He was feeling the heat that time from big bad number 43, as that was Nelson Fernandez. He's now there discussing this.
You would hope for a pretty expedited discussion here, as it was a pretty obvious reasoning for the flag.
And the ref's mic not going through the PA system, so we can't hear what he's saying, but there we go. was on there for a moment. It is an illegal forward pass. It's a loss of down as well.
It's a little ironic that the song playing over the PA when the ref's mic wasn't working was singing, "What's Going On?"
Yes. So they'll count the down. It's a third down, a 5-yard penalty, backs it up to the Adrian College 45-yard line. An interception by Ethan Burrows and then a fumble by Ryan Brumley. Kalamazoo with the football again, down 14-0. Dawson Skupin has thrown 2 picks today, stands in his pocket, throws left side. It's tipped away at the last moment. Flying in front of that pass was Quincy Dorsey looking for Lucas Hannafin.
Great defensive reaction time by Quincy Dorsey there. He was in his back pedal and he drove off of his final step, driving all the way through the football. Bulldogs are actually going to leave Quincy Dorsey on the field for this punt. He was off the field for the last one, and it, of course, was the fake.
4th and 9 for Kalamazoo. Carson Moat back to send this one off. Kind of a rugby-esque, and it was nearly blocked. Carson Schrader got in there quickly as Ethan Aberger lets it roll into the end zone just barely for a touchback. So the Bulldog defense does what they've been doing, just keeping people out of the end zone. 11 points per game allowed this season, top 10 in all of Division III football.
I'm interested to see who's going to come out at running back for the Bulldogs here, as it's been Morgan the past 2 drives.
It's going to be Steve McCoy.
Or McCoy, mind you, not Morgan.
Yeah. I think Morgan's maybe on the shelf for today. There's no 28 on the travel roster, so must be some sort of injury to the Bulldog backfield. And Trey Brueggemann has not been 100% the last couple games, so he did start this contest. Number 2 did. Ball is placed at the 20. 7:38 to go before the half. 14-0 Bulldogs. And a back-and-forth game in terms of giveaways. Here's a run for McCoy, navigating through the right side, following Matt Hall up near the 23.5-yard line.
I'm looking from up here down on the sideline. I don't see Brueggemann standing off by himself, so he's likely staying hot.
Boudry with a shoulder fake, jumps up into the pocket. Boudry's going to take off. First down, Adrian and more to the sideline. He goes and scampers out at the 34-yard line. Bulldog 1st and 10.
This is something I wanted to see out of Boudry today. When I found out it was a 3-down front, if you only send 3 at Noah Boudry, this offensive line is going to pick up those blocks, and they're going to seal the outside edges, allowing him to step up and take off.
Bulldogs over 220 yards of total offense. Boudry looking for more. Here's late pressure, finds his outlet. It's Ethan Aberger. Gets flipped over as he crossed the 45-yard line. Heads up there by Noah Boudry. Another catch for Aberger and a Bulldog 1st and 10. Over 7.7 yards per play for the Bulldogs. Couple takeaways, 2 by the Adrian defense. McCoy with the run, jump cut, spinning, getting to the 49 of AC. With 6:15 to go in this first half. Again, senior day here at Kalamazoo. Last home game for their longtime head coach, Jamie Zorbo. 18 seasons here at Kalamazoo. He is an alum. He's been around this football program a long time. He'll take on athletic director role completely. 2nd and medium for the Bulldogs. Boudry rolls to his left. There's some pressure. Backpedals. Throws it into space. And there's Aberger in that space. And that'll be a Bulldog 1st down. That's video game stuff from Noah Boudry.
I don't even think you could do it in a video game, honestly. I don't understand how that happens.
How does that not get intercepted?
Yeah. You're breaking just about every written and unwritten rule for the quarterback position, and you get a 1st down completion.
1st and 10 AC at the 43 of Kalamazoo. Triple option Boudry pitching it back to Tyler Greer. Greer with some speed inside the KZoo 40. Gets flipped up and over down to the 37-yard line. And Shauna, in your time doing games with me, you've just loved the speed that number one has on offense.
It's something I wish the Bulldogs had more of an opportunity to utilize. He's their fastest wide receiver by far, and we've seen that in their first home game. He took the triple option we just seen here all the way for a 40-yard touchdown run. So it's definitely a viable option for this offensive scheme.
2nd and 5 for the Bulldogs. 8 on the play clock. 2 out wide to either side. McCoy in the backfield with Boudry. It's a quarterback draw. Here goes Boudry to the 30. Gets a big-time hit laid into him at the 30-yard line. And it's a Bulldog first down. Quick look into the record book for Adrian College. The interception for Ethan Burrows, his 6th this season. That ties Mark Stepanski from 93, Aaron Klotz in 96, and Mark Buckout in 78, all with 6 in a season. The record for most was 9. Dan McCowan in 2004, Mark Evans with 7 back in 1984. Thank you, Mike Prang. Snap to Boudry, 1st and 10. Finds his outlet. It's Ryan Brumley. He hangs on to this one and gets a few up that right side.
Yeah, I'd like to remind people as well that last week Burrows had an interception that the officials called incomplete as it hit the ground.
You're right.
It was a very bang-bang play. Nothing wrong with the call or anything, but if that call goes the other way on the field, he's sitting at 7 right now.
3 out wide to the left. 3:30 to go in the half. Boudry looking the other way. Whitaker goes right through his hands and incomplete.
I don't think we've seen Whitaker drop a hitch like that since week 1.
And I haven't seen really many Adrian receivers drop a pass this year.
But Whitaker, that's his specialty, is those little hitches, comebacks, curls, whatever you want to call them. And week 1, he had dropped one. It was right after he had fumbled, stretching out for extra yardage. The very next play, he got targeted. He dropped it.
Dogs looking at a 3rd down. Boudry play action pass. Going that way again. It's a catch by Whitaker. More complicated that time. 1st down AC. It'll be inside the Kalamazoo 20.
I love that out of the Bulldogs offense right there. You're one of your best receivers over the last few weeks. Drops a pass that he knows he should have had. His confidence is going to be a little shaky. What do? You go right back to him and you throw a rifle to him on the sideline on 3rd down just to get his confidence right back where it needs to be.
Adrian approaching 300 yards of total offense in this half. Boudry going that way again. Whitaker back shoulder. Did he get a foot in? He did! Touchdown AC from 19 yards away. Whitaker tight ropes that sideline, and he's got 6.
Absolute insanity from Braden Whitaker. I say, you go to him on the sideline there to boost his confidence. Well, I think his confidence is going to be pretty well boosted after that catch.
Love the trust the senior quarterback has in his sophomore wideout. 2:58 left in the half. Jack Boyke in for the point after attempt. Moore with the hold. Snap is good. The hold is good. And so is Boyke's kick. So with just under 3 minutes left in the half, it is Adrian College 21, Kalamazoo College 0. This is your home for Bulldog football, the Adrian College Sports Network.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus visit.
Welcome back on the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Wentz, Sean Whitmer, your 6-1 Bulldogs, looking good here in the first half. It's 21-0 Adrian over Kalamazoo. Here in KZoo's final home game, senior day. All the festivities here in Kalamazoo here today as the soccer game's happening behind us and a D1 football game across the highway later on this afternoon. Kind of important for a little in-state rivalry there.
Yeah, it's going to be Western Michigan facing off against Central Michigan.
Some bragging rights there as Boyke sends a saucer kick deep, and Hannafin lets it roll into the end zone for another touchback. break it out to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for Kalamazoo. And again, an uncharacteristic first half thus far for Dawson Skupin. No interceptions on the season coming into today. He has 2 in this first half. And Skupin 13 of 21 for 114 yards in those 2 giveaways.
Yeah, and it's very uncharacteristic. As you mentioned, he's been very consistent all year. This defense is developing some unique looks that he's not used to seeing. Normally a team that passes this much, you're going to see 4 corners. They're throwing 3 linebackers on the field still.
Senior takes the snap. Bulldogs bring 4. They move the pocket to the right immediately. Catch by Zekman along the near sideline up over the 30. Maddox Woods and Liam Carey around him for the tackle.
Nice job making the trap catch there by Zekman to keep it off the turf and turn upfield to pick up a couple yards.
It is so nice you mentioned the 3 linebackers. A guy like Bennett Gildy, a guy like Maddox Woods. They're not afraid to cover people in space. Plenty of speed and excellent tacklers. Skupin looking middle, throws that way, and there's that coverage by Bennett Gildy. Hannafin wanted a flag, none coming, and it is quickly a 3rd down. And we're starting to hear it from the fans here at KSU.
This is the exact same reaction the fans at Adrian were having last week.
Yeah, that's right.
And I feel like that's just how home crowds get when it's conference play, it's important games.
Senior day,
that.
last home game. Bulldogs bring some late pressure, throw to the middle. There's contact, and there's a flag. Zekman still complaining. He got the call, and he turns around to see the hankies on the field as Quincy Dorsey got a little too physical there.
Yeah, I kind of assumed that was going to be called there, especially with the fans getting as loud as they are. The officials try to keep the fans out of their officiating, but sometimes they will sway some things.
We get half the call through the PA. I believe it should be a spot foul. It was inside 15 yards. We'll see exactly where they place it. If he would have caught that ball, it would have been a 1st down, if not very close. They'll mark it at the 36-yard line of Kalamazoo. 1st and 10, Hornets. They need to get the chains figured out before we move forward. And an official timeout with 2:23 left in the half. As we're waiting for the chain gang to figure it out. I mean,
Zekman is pleading for a 1st down.
It's automatic. Referee's got to help the chain gang out. Usually that's students, right, Sean?
So a lot of times what it is it's volunteer athletes from other sports doing it as a way to raise funds for their team. At this level, that's a lot of times what you'll see for the chain gang.
Yeah, and if you're the official, you got to help them out a little bit. So 1st down for Kalamazoo at their own 36. Skupin fakes the run, steps up into the pocket, floats it middle. There's Hannafin, a diving incomplete pass at the 25-yard line. I've seen that kid make that catch numerous times, and he just couldn't haul it in as he got behind the Bulldog defense.
And I stood up with the ball going deep. I don't think I have seen that fast of a wave before in my life, looking down on some of these fans here in Kalamazoo from where our press box is. Their hands went up and right back down about as fast as possible.
You could feel it on the field maybe. And there's some early movement. Here's some pressure by the Bulldogs. He throws it up for grabs. There's Burrows with the interception. Cementing himself in the record books. Here goes Burrows down the middle into the Kalamazoo side of the field, all the way down inside the 30-yard line. He now joins Mark Evans for 7 interceptions in a season. That is 2nd all-time for an Adrian College football player.
Burrows with Burrows to his back makes a great interception grab there, and Kalamazoo fans, players, and everyone else wanting that whistle for an offside.
Well, and you could also argue there was movement on the Kalamazoo front, too. So even a false start stops that play. So we'll try to see if we can get a good replay as Boudry goes to work. Here's Aberger near side down to the 25-ish yard line of Kalamazoo with just under 2 minutes here. Well, an Adrian player moved toward the middle. I don't know that he went over the line of scrimmage or not. It's called an interception on the field. Ethan Burrows with his 7th of the season. It's the 2-minute timeout with 1:56 left in the half. Adrian College up big, 21-0, looking for more. This is your home for Bulldog football, the Adrian College Sports Network.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both
here at Kalamazoo College. The Adrian College defense with another interception, this one by Ethan Burrows, his 7th of the season, second most all-time in one singular season, and it sets up Adrian's offense. They're now looking at a 2nd and 4 from the KZoo 24. Ian Wentz, Sean Whitmer with you. 21-0 Dogs. Trips out to the right side. Whitaker alone to the left. Noah Boudry throws far side, and Aberger makes an acrobatic catch through traffic and lunges forward to the 21 yard line, and that was nearly a disaster for Noah Boudry as the KZoo defender jumped that route.
Yeah, and if your brother Evan, you're standing on the sideline and you're just reminiscing about seeing that all the time when you were playing together in high school. Of course, Evan Aberger, number 16.
It's a hard fake by Boudry. Flips it out to Aberger again. He's close. I'm not sure that he got it, Sean, as he collides with the chain gang. And I think that got Tyler Greer, too, along that far sideline. And it is a 4th down Bulldogs. Bulldog kicker Jack Boyke was making these in the pregame, but it's 4th and 1. And we're looking at the Bulldog package with Trey Brueggemann back into the ballgame, along with backup running back Carson Schrader and Adam Travers, again, the freshman out of Livonia.
Brueggemann just threw off his gloves. We might be seeing some more trickery than we're used to.
Shotgun for Brueggemann. Right side, right near that line. It's going to depend on the spot. And they're going to signal first down. KZoo imploring the argument for the other way, but the far side official says move the chains, first down. And a lot of shoulder shrugs and hand raising for the Hornets fans here this afternoon. 1st and 10, Adrian. Ball right at the 20. Just inside, I should say. Boudry going end zone again. And it's a tight window throw and a beautiful grab. Touchdown, Adrian College. Braden Whitaker again. Put it in a shoebox. Touchdown, Braden Whitaker, his 2nd of this game. What was better, the throw or the catch?
I think you have to give credit to the catch on that. Just put it in an area, and Braden Whitaker will find a way to come down with it right now if you're Noah Boudry.
Wow.
An absolutely insane level of catching by Braden Whitaker, fighting through the contact.
Aiden Paucan in coverage. Had his back turned, but Boudry put in. Here's a bad snap on the extra point, and the Hornets fall on it. There will be no chance to return it.
As I don't know why there's so much dogpiling happening right now. It's a dead ball at this point.
So 27-0 is our score now. And the snap was a little high, but Morris brought those down. Was kind of behind him. Yeah, it wasn't a great snap. So 27-0 is our score. 67 seconds left in the first half. As Kalamazoo just looking for something here at the end of the second quarter.
And if you're Bulldog, special teams coordinator Jeb Palka, you're telling your holder, hey, just get out of there. There's no reason to be at the bottom of that pile.
Well, they could scoop it, right?
They could scoop it, but they were already diving on top of it. Once your wrist touches the ground, you're down in college football.
Right. But you're thinking, well, maybe he goes and scoops it, so you're making an effort at least initially to, once you're rolling around, no need. What a connection. Boudry to Whitaker. For Braden's second touchdown today. Boyke will fly a short kick. It will be fair caught inside the Kalamazoo 35-yard line, so they will not kick that one deep. 67 seconds left for KZU. They have a couple of timeouts left to work with. Down 4 scores here at home.
Interesting for the Bulldogs to change up their kickoff set as drastically as they did for a pooch kick like that. Normally you want to keep it as close to your normal look as possible, trying to catch them off guard. They had moved their guys that they normally send as gunners up the middle all the way up to the line.
So Dawson Scoopin, senior, comes to the line, 14 of 25, 121 yards, no touchdowns, 3 picks. Adrian brings pressure. Liam Carey forces him out. Here's a low throw to Lucas Hannafin. Incomplete is the call, defended by Maddox Woods, but Liam Carey right in there quickly along with Jarrell Stevens. The senior from Livonia has been quite involved last couple weeks, number 95.
And I had said these linebackers are going to be able to time this up, especially when they're on blitzes, and that's exactly what happened there. Carey was coming before the clap had even finished.
Dogs bring 3. Time for Scoopin. Now there's not. Off to the hands of the receiver and incomplete. Popped up into the air off the waiting arms of the junior Carson Mowat. And he's been doing the punting as well, and there's a KZU player down, one of the linemen. He gets up quickly. Trying to grab a number. Is it 68? Jersey's kind of wrinkling up there. CJ Aldred is 68, senior lineman, 6'3", 300. If that is indeed him.
Could potentially be 69, potentially.
He's got teammates helping him over toward the near sideline.
Shakes him off and says he can do it under his own power.
So, new lineman in the game for the Hornets. Trying to find something as Adrian has clamped down defensively. 27-0 is our score. 58 seconds remain in this first half. Scoopin's thrown 27 passes. Bulldogs bring 3. Get towards him. Flush him out of the pocket. Here's a dump-off pass caught by his running back. Connor Bell gets through 1 tackle and a second but not a third as Adrian's 45 finally makes the tackle. Cole Gonzalez and a first down. KZU to the Bulldog 49. Nice little catch and run right there for Connor Bell. Dogs bring 3 again. Scoopin throws short, caught. Tackled quickly by Bennett Gildy at the Bulldog 44. And KZU will call their second timeout with 38 seconds left in the first half. Let's take a look around the MIAA for scores. We're keeping an eye on Albion as the Britons are hosting Hope College. Looking like late first quarter still. Or you have an update?
I'm not getting.
I feel like they should be. I feel like they should be at the second quarter by now.
I checked at I believe it was the 5-minute mark here in the second quarter of our game, and it said first quarter, 53 seconds remaining. So I think their website might be down right now as far as that goes. Either that or they're having some sort of delayed issue and they're not able to continue play at this moment for some unforeseen reason.
Do we have Alma Trine?
That is sitting at 35-14 with 1 minute and 56 seconds left in the second.
Alma leading that one?
Alma is leading, correct.
Then we have Calvin and Olivet in Grand Rapids. 20-14 late first half. in favor of the Knights. Second down for Kalamazoo here. Skupin throws middle. Nice reaching grab for a first down. 84 Hayden Johnston with another grab and a first down. Hornets to the Bulldog 33-yard line. Going quickly here. 33 seconds left in the half. Now they move that game clock. Bulldogs bringing pressure. Carry on the blitz. Skupin throws it out to the near sideline. Hannafin nearly brought in a one-handed grab. Maddox Woods again in coverage for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, but you can put Maddox Woods on your top offensive wide receiver, and he's stride for stride with him. I think you're going to live with that just about any day of the week.
Just so happens they both wear number 4 as well. He is out in coverage right now. 2nd and 10 for KZoo. Dogs leading at 27-0. They rush 4. Skupin throws middle. Oh, near through his receiver's hands. And, well, you know who was close to that ball was Ethan Burrows once again. I think he was going for a hit on Johnston. If he was trying to play the football, he might have a 3rd interception in this first half. How about that for a stat? 2 interceptions for Ethan Burrows in the first half. Liam Carey with the other. A couple of Concordia Ann Arbor guys. 3rd and 10 for Kalamazoo from the Bulldog 33. Skupin with the snap. Throws short to Hannafin. Hannafin near the line to gain as he gets pushed out of bounds by Coronas Davis. They are going to move the chains. He got exactly 10. First down Kalamazoo. Tough to leave number 4 that wide open. So it's a 1st and 10 with 17 seconds left. Hannafin did get out of bounds on the tackle. 2 receivers to either side. Running back in the shotgun with Skupin. And claps his hands. Looks to pass now. Pass near sideline. Oh, and it's caught. Zachman with a catch. He was pushed in the back at the same time, and a flag will fly out. Well, as much as you like to give him credit for the catch, pass interference would be a first down, so if you're Coach Zorbo, you probably accept this penalty despite the nice grab by your wide receiver.
It's interesting. A couple of the quarterbacks wearing green caps here on the sideline for Kalamazoo.
So the microphone picking up about 40% of what our head referee is saying here today. Will be that pass interference call, and it will be an automatic first down for Kalamazoo today. Adam Layton is our head referee. That's assigned by the MIAA. So 1st and 10, Hornets at the Bulldog 14. It's going to be a run fake. Skupin in the pocket, flushed out now. Jackson applying the pressure, looking in zone, and it's thrown short, and it's incomplete, looking for Zachman. Dorsey in coverage once more.
Yeah, it's the second time we've seen Chris Jackson create some really quality quarterback pressure there, wrapping up the middle.
5 seconds.
Backfield.
Oh, sorry, Sean. 5 seconds left in the half, so Kalamazoo will attempt a field goal here from 31 yards away. Here's the snap, and it's blocked. The kick is blocked again. Bulldogs blocked one last week against Hope. They get one here today to end the first half. 27-0 our score. And what a push up front by this Bulldog defensive front.
It's what they do so well.
So Kalamazoo on their season, now 5 of 9 kicking field goals. They're 0 for 1 here today. Hornets held off the scoreboard. The Bulldogs 27. The Hornets nothing. Braden Whitaker with a big first half receiving. Ethan Burrows with 2 interceptions in the first 30 minutes of play. We've hit the half at Kalamazoo. It's your score of Adrian College 27, Kalamazoo College 0. I'm Ian Went with Sean Whitmer. We have hit the half here at Kalamazoo. You're tuned in to Adrian College football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram. Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus visit.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
right back out here at Kalamazoo College here at the half. As we mentioned, it is 27-0 Bulldogs out in front. Braden Whitaker, 2 touchdown grabs in the first half. Ethan Burrows with 2 interceptions for the Bulldog defense. And it's kind of one of those kind of pick your favorite side. I mean, the offense has produced. They did have the 1 turnover, but the defense just doing what they've done all year.
Yeah, and I know everyone's on the edge of their seat just wondering where I'd go with player of the game at this point.
Me too. I'm standing up.
Well, I think there's 2 players, and you mentioned both their names.
I did.
With where you'd potentially go. Of course, Noah Boudry's always going to be in the conversation as well, but I think running away with it right now is maybe a sophomore wide receiver who might wear the number 16 and a safety that is cementing himself in Adrian history for the rest of time at this rate.
Yeah, 7 catches for Braden Whitaker, 70 yards, 2 touchdowns. You do the math. That is 7 catches, 10 yards per catch for Braden Whitaker, just a sophomore. Brian Brumley actually leads the receiving corps with 4 catches and 73 yards. He did get hit with that fumble in the first half. Noah Boudry, 21 of 26 through the air. That's just over 80% completion percentage. 204 yards for Noah in the first half, 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. And, for an offense that did not score in the second half last week, has to feel good to get 4 on the board in the first half here today.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs are doing so much offensively as far as eye candy goes, as far as distractions go, but every single one of their touchdowns has been things that are just simple plays. They're not anything crazy. It's a jet touch pass. It's a read option. It's jump balls in the corner of the end zone, exactly what you expect to see from a team. You're giving a jet touch pass to your fast, athletic wide receiver. You're giving a jump ball to your tall wide receiver, and your quarterback is running a read option. These are things you expect to see at college football.
That's right, and shout out to this offensive line. Haven't done it a lot today, but they have just continued to impress me. Talked with Bryce Keller on a radio program last week, the left tackle for the Bulldogs, and he's put together a great season this year. Jack Bush, Joe Pruchnick, Isaiah Simon, and Matt Hall. And you okay? You good? All right, he's good. Dropped his energy drink.
It was empty.
Good thing it was empty. Yeah, there's technology worth more than us up here in the booth.
But I would not be returning to work if I would have spilt an energy drink on this technology in here.
But those 5 up front, and I don't know the way the all-conference voting is going to go, but you'd imagine at least a couple of those guys will be on the all-MIAA team. They've just been putting together a solid campaign. They've been able to stick together throughout these first 7 games of the year.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs' offensive line is a unit that always needs to be together no matter what. If you're the offensive line room, you need to set yourself apart. The same way that the defensive line room does, that is a room that needs to be as tight-knit as possible. You need to have extra meetings, extra just get-togethers. There should never be an offensive lineman that's going to lunch by himself. He should always have another offensive lineman with him. That's how you build a very close group. That's how the defensive line room should always be as well. Those front 7 groups always need to be within speaking distance of another member of that room.
Yeah, and flipping the side of the football, the defensive line, though they haven't created tackles in the backfield too often, the D linemen have been disrupting things in the passing game for Kalamazoo quarterback Dawson Skupin. 18 of 34 in the first half, no touchdowns, 167 yards, and 3 interceptions for a guy that hasn't thrown a pick all year. To throw 3 in the first half on your senior day, it's got to feel tough.
Yeah, and 2 of those coming to Ethan Burrows, 1 to Liam Carey, of course. That first interception, it almost seems like it bursted the seal of interceptions for him, and it wasn't anything wrong with what he did. He dropped back, he threw the read he was supposed to throw. It's a spacing concept. You're throwing the hitch. Carey just read it perfectly and dove in front.
Yeah, and Liam Carey, one of those guys that made the transfer over from Concordia, Ann Arbor. He's just a field general down there on the defensive side. Are you observing something, Sean?
Yes, we've
Did
discussed...
Cooper Tracy do something?
No.
Warming up?
We've discussed Ethan Aberger's younger brother, Evan Aberger, is a quarterback for Kalamazoo. I've just found out that he is a left-handed quarterback for Kalamazoo, and it threw me off a little bit seeing him throw left-handed.
Now we got to ask, is Ethan left-handed?
That's what my question was, because if there's ever a double pass in the future, that's where my brain immediately went.
That's a good question.
Or is it a Tua Tagovailoa and Talia Tagovailoa situation where one's left-handed and one's right-handed?
Well, that's what you're here for, Sean. Observing things, bringing them to light. Don't ever be shy. Letting us know that Ethan's brother is a left-handed QB, and maybe we'll see him in the second half, depending on the way things go. Looking at the Bulldog defensively, Adrian just picking up where they left off. Maddox Woods with 6 tackles in the first half. Quincy Dorsey with 3. Liam Carey with 3. Bennett Gildy, Ethan Burrows also with 3. Cronus Davis and 39 Michael Brown with a couple tackles as well. And no sacks recorded, but 3 interceptions for the defense. You'll take it, as you mentioned, Liam Carey and Ethan Burrows. So Kalamazoo early in the game kind of moved the football a little bit. You wonder, how much the defense would miss. Tim Simons out today with an injury. Got hurt last week against Hope. I tell you what, they really turned it on here, found another gear against these Hornets, and they lead it 27-0. And it will be Kalamazoo to get the football first into the second half, which we will have for you next. We'll take a quick timeout. It's Adrian College 27 and Kalamazoo College 0. I'm Ian Wett with Sean Whitmer on the Adrian College Sports Network. Back to Adrian College football on the Adrian College Sports Network. Week 8, Ian Wendt, Sean Whitmer. 2 more games plus a half here at Kalamazoo, and Adrian College leading this one 27-0. And, you look at where this program's been the last couple of years. In fact, the last time we were here, Sean was not here, so last time I was here, the Bulldogs took a loss, 1 of 9 in that season, end the year 1-9. New coaching staff the following off season. It's been a different story here this time around at Kalamazoo. Jack Boyke will kick things off for the Bulldogs. They'll go left to right as we look down, opposite the Bulldog sideline.
I believe I was preparing for a road trip to Defiance College the very next day for the JV football team that weekend. So double road trips are never fun for the football team.
No. Boyke lines up 8 yards behind the ball, placed at the middle of the 35-yard line. He'll boot it high, he'll boot it deep, and Hannafin lets it bounce at the 1 and trickle into the end zone for a touchback.
Let me tell you, I really want Cooper Tracy to give a lesson to Jack Boyke on how to have some backspin on that kick. So that way a team just leaves that ball thinking, it's going to go on the 1, it's going to bounce into the end zone, and it just bounces and sits right there on the 1 yard line. They think everything's fine, and Bulldogs get an easy.
If you get a true end over end type kick, there's a good chance it could bounce the right way. Saw the young punter doing some nice things in warm-ups. We have not seen Cooper Tracy here today. Kalamazoo with the 1st and 10. Bell's going to get the carry. Handed off from Skupin, his quarterback. He gets escorted to his right. Dropped at the line of scrimmage as linebacker Liam Carey, along with Andrew Van Dyke, the defensive tackle, in on the tackle. Boy, Van Dyke's a character, isn't he, Sean? When we go on the bus with the team, he's on the defense, and so it's got something funny for Coach Ron Shields on the way up. 2nd and 10 for the Hornets. Skupin looking. Van Dyke flushes him out to his left. Skupin on the run. Throws deep. Caught by Hannafin. All the way up to the Kalamazoo 45-yard line. They've been doing that for quite some time here at Kalamazoo. Couple seniors connecting.
Hannafin just did a great job there at getting open, and, well, Skupin knew where number 4 was and found a way to hit him.
20-yard pickup on the play. Skupin near sideline. Catch made right around the 50-yard line. Quick tackle along the near sideline by Dorsey and Bennett Gildy. Catch made by Braden Lavis. We're going to see a lot of seniors into the ball game here for Kalamazoo as it is senior day. Coach Zorbo's last home game as head coach. This will move to full athletic director. 2nd and 4 for the Hornets. 2 out to the right, 1 to the left. Tight end stays in the block. Skupin rolls to the right, caught wide open. A big-time hit by Cronus Davis along the far sideline, but not after a first down for Aaron Zekman.
That's a dangerous hit on the far sideline as the receiver caught the ball, and he looked like he might have been fumbling with it or something. He bent over and had his chin tucked. Davis hit him legally, but very scary.
Skupin pass, tight end screen. Burrows can make the tackle. Dorsey will after a decent catch and run there for 84 Hayden Johnston. As Skupin now goes over 200 yards in this game passing. Zekman, the leading receiver in terms of yards. 68. He's tied with Hannafin for number of catches. Here's a run and a big-time hit by Ethan Layton in the hole after a gain of 1 yard for the tailback, 42. That, of course, Connor Bell. So 2 yards to go for Kalamazoo.
Bulldogs doing what they like, but look at number 2 here for Kalamazoo lining up almost out of bounds for the Hornets.
Davis keeps an eye on him. Now they move into a more traditional look. It's going to be a run play. Left side, nowhere to go. Hit in the hole and drop for no gain. That is Bennett Gildy. Once more, it will be a 4th down and about 1.5 for Kalamazoo.
Like Bennett Gildy, they're flying up into the hole, trying to force a difficult situation here for the Hornets coaching staff.
So 4th and 2, they call it. 2 receivers to either side. Bell in the shotgun with his quarterback Skupin. Bulldogs show pressure through the middle. They bring one. Throw to the far side, caught by Zekman, wide open inside the Adrian 30, and finally wrestled down by Burrows at the 27-yard line. So Adrian brought some pressure and kind of paid the price there.
It's less about even the pressure being brought there. They're just playing deeper, not wanting to give up the big play, but you really need to protect the sticks there.
Opening drive of this second half, a run for Bell, not a lot there. Nelson Fernandez, senior from Orlando, Florida, and here's where I make a generic Florida statement for a kid playing football here in Michigan. He's probably not used to overcast skies and high 40s for the high temperatures. 2nd down and call it 11 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. 27-0 Bulldogs in front. Trying to keep that 0 on the scoreboard on the opposite side. They scrimmage from the Bulldog 26. They bring some late pressure. Skupin feels it, moves out to his right. There's a lot of space to run. Skupin near the line to gain. Jumped out of bounds as Liam Carey was in hot pursuit. He's about a yard shy of first down yardage. So 3rd down and about a yard.
Well, when everyone's covered, that's probably the easiest thing to do, and it's either you take off and run for it or you get sacked. Skupin does a good job there at shooting up the field.
Nice. Attaboy. 3rd and short for the Hornets. Dogs bring some pressure. Throw to the middle. Catch made. First down at the 11-yard line. Hayden Johnston with a grab and a 1st and 10 for Kalamazoo.
Little miscommunication there from the Bulldogs, as if I'm not mistaken, it looked like Bennett Gildy and Ethan Burrows were standing almost on top of each other.
Quick play. Bell with the run. There comes Burrows flying in from his safety spot to wrap him up. Make the tackle after a couple yards inside the Bulldog 10. Quick update around the MIAA. Hope up big at halftime, 34-0 over Albion. Alma and Trine at the break. Alma up 35-14. Also at the half in Calvin, it's the Knights 21 and Olivet 14. 2nd down and 7. Scoopin looking to pass, throws it short, and it's going to be a catch and a tackle by Layton. The reception again by Hayden Johnston.
It's 1 o'clock week here in the MIAA. Every game started at the exact same time.
It did. Again, Adrian 6-1 on the year, 3-1 in the MIAA. Kalamazoo 4-3 overall, 1-3 in league play. Got their win here against Albion last week. Under 9 minutes to go in our 3rd quarter. First possession of the half. Scoopin fakes the run. Gets hit. Ball is loose. It's available at the 15. Adrian falls on top of it. What's the call on the field? It looks to be a fumble and an Adrian football. Getting on top of that was Julian Brandt, number 98.
Looked like Scoopin might have got shaken up there on that play with the big hit.
There's a Hornet down, as you mentioned. Dogs had some quick pressure, and when you're not expecting that and you get hit in the back like that, I didn't see the number live of the Adrian player that got in there quickly, as they're still looking at Kalamazoo quarterback, and he is up, and he's going to walk toward his own sideline. That was Chris Jackson with that quarterback sack and a forced fumble. And that's a guy that's got to feel really good for, especially, he had problems last week against Hope, trying to get some plays in the backfield, and we've heard these KZoo fans jeering at the refs. Jackson kind of victim of that last week. So KZoo takes up quite a bit of time here in the 3rd quarter. They do not score. Here's a play-action pass for Noah Boudry. He's just off the mark. Ethan Aberger in the area. Actually, 2 or 3 Bulldog receivers sort of around the football. Whitaker and Brumley as well.
Yeah, that ball was too high for Whitaker, behind Aberger, just a little bit in between there. Would like to see him put that on a rope to Aberger up the sideline, because I think he would have had room to make some magic in open space.
14 plays, 69-yard drive for Kalamazoo. And they fumble the football at the Bulldog 15. Here's a run fake. Pitch out to Aberger. There's room for Ethan. Trying to get that sideline. He has it. There's a flag on the play as Aberger breaks free for about 20. And we'll see what this turns into. And it looks like this is coming back.
First sighting of Quinn Hiram today, too, on that play.
Another Onstead kid going up against Aiden Paukin. A couple of teammates from Lenawee County, number 4 on offense and 27 on defense. Aiden earning conference accolades last week for his efforts in Kalamazoo's win here against Albion. I didn't hear that call, Sean. Were you able to catch that?
I did not, but I believe it was either holding, offensive pass interference, something along those lines, as it's 2nd down and all the yardage was negated.
So 2nd down and 10. KZoo winning here last week 30-26. Trailing here 27-0. 8:22 to go now in our 3rd quarter. Boudry with an empty set. Noah's going to run. Gets a couple of blocks and he gets popped at the 19-yard line. Kind of ran into his own man too. 79 in there with a tackle. Bryce Balabook. one of those many seniors who are 22 on the roster for Coach Jamie Zorbo. Just can't imagine what's going through his head today. 18 years head coach. Your final home game as head coach. He won't be a stranger. He's taken over athletic director job full time. Third down for Adrian. First possession of this third quarter. Kalamazoo rushing 3. Boudry looking left. Catch by Whitaker. Got through 1. First down, Bulldogs over the 25. And around the 27-yard line is where they tackle the standout sophomore from Dundee.
Noah Boudry is throwing that ball on a line right now. Speaking with the commentators over there on the Hope broadcast, they had actually came up to me and said, wow, I didn't realize his arm was that strong. I'm hearing it on the fan microphone with it just, I'm hearing the ball hit the receivers on the fan microphone. He's throwing it so hard.
Run fake, Boudry looking that way again. Whitaker catches that fastball, and he gets about 7 yards up to the Adrian College 34. Under 7 minutes to play in our third quarter. It is Adrian College up 27-0. Ian Wett and Sean Whitmer live from Kalamazoo. And as we look across the freeway, there are fans already in their seats for Western and Central. That's happening 4 o'clock today.
Yeah, and that's a very big rivalry game. We'll get to that here shortly.
Second and short for the Dogs. Boudry, triple option, pitches it out. Aberger puts it on the turf, and Ethan picks it up, but it's going to be a loss of about 5. They did a run fake in the middle, and Boudry pulled it for a triple option pitch, and a rare miscue by Aberger.
Yeah, he tried to hit him straight in the chest. Aberger wasn't ready for it, thought they were going to carry that out a little bit longer, but speaking on the Western Michigan, Central Michigan game, seen on social media a little while earlier in the season, an official accidentally called Central Michigan Western Michigan, and you would have thought the coaches had just seen a car wreck on the field with how angry they got.
We'll have that a couple times at Calvin a couple weeks ago, as Boudry is looking at a third and long. Noah rolling to his left, throws on the run. It's incomplete. Short as he was looking for Ryan Brumley, the tight end. In coverage there for Kalamazoo was number 2, Alex Pepin, senior out of Granville. Again, going back to Coach Zorbo for Kalamazoo, 18 years, all those senior classes, all the young men he's put out into the world, right? And that's what it's all about when you talk with these college coaches. They say, yeah, winning's great, all these things, but it's all about creating young men on the football field. And speaking of young men, a first sighting for Cooper Tracy, the Adrian College punter, as he got that. May have been partially blocked as it bounces at the Kalamazoo 43 and takes a nice Adrian roll to the 26. So even a poor punt by Tracy or block, kind of hard to tell up here, nets some very good yardage.
Just a very fortunate bounce for the Bulldogs. It, I think, landed at the 40, and as you mentioned, got all the way down to the 26. Just about as lucky as you can get there for Cooper Tracy.
So Kalamazoo's opening drive of the half, 14 plays, 67 yards in 6 minutes and 17 seconds. They turned it over on a strip sack fumble by Chris Jackson, who's lined up at right defensive end. Scoop in the quarterback. Claps his hands, takes the snap. Bulldogs bring 4. Pass to the right for Lucas Hannafin. Jump cuts to the middle and hit hard by Ethan Layton. Oh, my goodness. Big-time hit for number 11 out of that safety spot.
And that's what we've seen from Layton last year. He played quite a bit for this Bulldogs defense, and he just likes to fly around and make contact. It's also interesting to note that Scoopin's throwing motion seems a little bit different right now after that big hit.
Second down and 5. Check down pass at the 35. It's going to be caught, advancing about 7 yards for a 1st and 10. Grab made by our Avid Krishnan, junior tight end, number 14, up to their own 38-yard line. And there's movement and laundry on the field. We've had some great weather, Sean, for football. You know, we've had some We've had some warm weather. Rain is holding off here in Kalamazoo. It is an overcast sky, but if you're thinking football weather, this is it. Upper 40s, low 50s, low wind, late in the season. Dogs looking to improve to 4-1 in the MIAA. 7-1 overall. First and 15, scooping, going deep, right side, and it is nearly caught with the one-handed effort as Aaron Zachman out there along the sideline. Cronus Davis in coverage. And we talk about Quincy Dorsey so much, and he's usually making plays, but a lot of the time they don't even throw to number 2. I mean, they are just not looking that side of the field at all.
No, it's nice when you have 2 corners that blanket coverage so well.
Senior QB rolling out to the right, thinks about taking off, instead throws it late over the middle. Hannafin with a catch, about 2 yards shy of the first down, up to his own 46-yard line. A little improv sesh for Hannafin and Scoopin. We know what they're doing on Sunday nights, going out to the improv.
That or watching the Chiefs play with how they're just making plays so late in these.
Kalamazoo 50% on third down, 6 of 12 today. Bulldogs bring a blitz. Throw caught. Hannafin at the 50. Reaching out, full extension to make the catch. Him and Maddox Woods have been kind of locked up in coverage a lot of the time here this afternoon. First down Hornets, 3.5 to go in the third quarter. No score in this third quarter. It is still Adrian 27 and Kalamazoo nothing. KZoo drove the ball into the red zone last time, turned it over on a fumble. Bulldogs get a first down and punt it away. Zachman in motion right to left. 3 out to that side now. Play action pass. Scoopin flushed immediately, flips it short, out of bounds, looking for a receiver in the area as Quincy Dorsey was the closest one to it, the Adrian College defensive back.
I think Dorsey's beating himself up there a little bit. I think he wanted that ball, but I don't think it was catchable at any point in that play.
So it creates a 2nd and 10. No huddles, really, most of this game for both teams. 2 receivers per side. Hannafin in the slot to the left. He's been the go-to guy. They go the opposite side. Zachman makes a nice grab inside Adrian territory. They mark him out at the 42-yard line. It'll be a couple yards short and a third down for Kalamazoo, and they are 7 of 13 today. That was the Adrian College problem last week against Hope, was getting off the field on third down. 2:43 to go, third quarter. Scoopin takes the shotgun snap. Throws far side. Hannafin makes the grab right at the sticks, and I think they'll give it to him. Should be a first down at the Adrian 40.
No indicator yet.
Yeah, they're going to... What are they going to do? They're going to move the chains now. Again, if it's close enough, they're giving it to you. I haven't seen the chain gang come out in about 3 years. It was at Trine. Scoopin, feeling the pressure. Bulldogs want to hold, none coming. A deep shot is short and incomplete. Boy, right in front of the referee. You can hear him all over on the other side. Steven Moreno got grabbed up high by the shoulder pads as he was getting toward the KZoo QB.
It's really fun that some leagues in football just decide which rules they don't feel like are necessary to call. I know the age-old saying is there's holding on every play.
And we do have a flag for this play. So they're going to get Hannafin for a false start.
As I was saying, though, it's the age-old saying there's holding on every play, and I don't think anybody's complaining about the fact that they're not calling it on every play. It's more about the egregious ones that fans want to see called.
All right, does it impact the play, really? Scoopin looking with a 2nd and 15. They set up a screen pass to his running back. Gets about 3 or 4. Eric Bush in on the stop along with number 40, Moreno, once more. Making the grab was Kyler Mana, excuse me. Final 2 minutes of the third quarter, 27-0 Bulldogs. Adrian brings 4. Skupin looking to run on a QB draw, stumbles at the line, flips out to Hannafin. He's wide open inside the Adrian 30 and gets out of bounds. It'll be a first down for Kalamazoo. And that looked like a quarterback run all the way, and Adrian stopped that, but the improvisation of Skupin to Hannafin.
The crazier part is that Skupin could have easily flipped his hips. He had the time to do so, and he had Carson Moat wide open downfield in the end zone.
Just outside the red zone, Skupin looking right. Now goes end zone. Got a man, Zekman open, diving. Did he get a foot in? No, he's out of bounds, and it's incomplete. That was a great double move. Went out toward the sideline and then cut up field and got behind the Bulldog defense.
A little bit of a out and up, and just couldn't come down with the ball in bounds. He made a fantastic acrobatic grab. You just got to make sure you get a toe in bounds.
2nd and 10, Kalamazoo from the Adrian 21. Final minute of our third quarter. Catch made inside the 15, and that's going to be near a first down for Carson Moat. Maybe a yard short. Quincy Dorsey with the tackle. Kalamazoo 9 of 15 on third down. They've had the ball for much of this third quarter. So there's 36 seconds now and moving. 3rd and short for the Hornets. Hannafin goes in motion out of the backfield to the right. Trips out that way. Skupin looking. Hannafin's open at the 10. First down Kalamazoo looking for more. Dancing around at the 6. Gets popped at about the 5. And a first down for Kalamazoo. Just somehow, we've talked about Ethan Aberger getting open. I mean, this guy just finds a way to find space.
Well, the slot wide receiver usually plays in the slot because they're very good at getting open. And the other aspect of it is they're the closest wide receiver to the quarterback, meaning that they can run a lot of those quick routes. And the quarterback's going to be looking their way as early in the route concept as possible.
1st and goal, Kalamazoo, when we start the fourth quarter. No scoring in the third. It's Adrian College leading Kalamazoo College 27-0. With Sean Whitmer, I'm Ian Wendt. This is Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network. On the Adrian College Sports Network, Bulldog Football this afternoon. Ian Wendt, Sean Whitmer, Tim Ambrose, your crew here this afternoon from Kalamazoo College, within sight of the Broncos Stadium here in Kalamazoo. 27-0 as the Bulldog defense is backed up now at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Hornets looking for their first touchdown here on Senior Day. Dawson Skupin, the quarterback, claps the hands, and we have movement up front. It's a false start. It sounded like 51, Alex Winter, used the right tackle across from CJ, Chris Jackson. And if I were lined up across from him, I might jump a little bit too. Jackson is a sack fumble to his credit. So it makes 1st and goal back to the 10-yard line. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Send a man in motion further out to the left. Spread out the formation. Adrian brings 4. Skupin throws, far side corner, incomplete. And there's a late flag from the back judge. Going for Zekman. Dorsey and Burrows in coverage.
And that's a very, very late flag coming from an official that wasn't even in the right spot to throw the flag.
For the Bulldog defense, you're saying that's not catchable. But if you're Kalamazoo, you say, well, it's not catchable because there was interference. So teams trade penalties. It's now 1st and goal. Kazoo at the 2-yard line. Adrian allows 11.0 points per game. They've allowed none so far today. Backed up at the 2. Skupin rolls. Hannafin caught. Touchdown Hornets. They finally break through early 4th quarter. Dawson Skupin to Lucas Hannafin from 2 yards away, and it's 27-6. Adrian College in front still.
Yeah, the senior-to-senior connection. It's where the Bulldogs have been beaten these last 2 weeks in the flat. Rolling to his left and just firing it to his number 1 wide receiver to cross the goal line.
Skupin with his first touchdown today to go with 303 yards as this extra point just does creep over the crossbar. 36 of 56. 303 yards, 1 touchdown, and 3 interceptions. That is a full stat sheet for Dawson Skupin.
And I've seen a lot of stadium celebrations. I've never seen bubbles before, but that's a new one here today.
To be honest, for half a second I go, is it raining? Like, I thought it was on the window. Nope, bubbles. They've been saving those for a while.
I don't know if that's a fan or if that's a fan, that is a lot of bubbles being used by one fan because they were rolling.
There's no limit to how much
it was just how fast they were going.
Yeah, it's got to be one of those machines, battery operated, you know.
I think if you're the Bulldogs, you're preparing for a pooch kick or an onside kick here. Only up by 3 scores.
Yeah, McCoy and Dorsey are deep, just in case. .81 to kick things off for Kazoo. Bodie Brill. Ball on the 35 left hash. And he's going to drive it toward the Adrian sideline. That's going to flutter out of bounds. Boy, of all the options you could have had, that's not one of them if you're a Kalamazoo special teamer. Not sure what he was going for, to be honest. Just a deep kick?
I mean,
miss hit?
It's not the best option, yes, because it does go out of bounds, but looking on the bright side of things, no clock was burned. It wasn't a kick return for a touchdown, and they're still on their half of the 50.
Yeah. Look at the bright side, right?
Just not Mr. Brightside, right?
No, not that. 35-yard line for this one, 1st and 10 Bulldogs. We're far away from Ann Arbor, Sean. We don't need to talk about that. And there are fans filing in to the Western Michigan Stadium within view here at the press box of Kalamazoo. 1st and 10 Adrian, just their second drive of the second half. Noah Boudry throws it out wide to Ethan Eberger, gets chopped over at the shins. Falls forward across the 36 to around the 37. That drive for Kalamazoo, 16 plays and 73 yards. They took 5 minutes and 37 seconds off the clock. Adrian's first drive of this half was 7 plays, 13 yards, and a punt. Kazoo's run 30 plays in the second half. Steve McCoy through the middle to the 40-yard line. McCoy it's a running back name, isn't it, Sean?
I can think of another McCoy that may have been a successful running back off the top of my head.
So Adrian with a 3rd down here. AC 6 of 9 this afternoon on 3rd down. They need just over 5 yards. 13:50 to go in the 4th. Boudry sends McCoy in motion left to right, looking that way. McCoy caught behind the line of scrimmage. Can't make a man miss. He's tackled at the 41-yard line. So Adrian goes behind the line of scrimmage on a 3rd and 5. And we'll likely see the punt unit here for Adrian. So a rare 3 and out. I'm not sure what you saw on that one, why you're throwing a swing pass behind the line of scrimmage.
Trying to keep the clock running. That's everything right there. You don't want to throw an incompletion and stop the clock for your opponent. You want to keep the clock running and try to make them have less time.
Cooper Tracy, the freshman out of Lewis Center, Ohio, gets a good boot into this one. Fair catch called for and made by Lucas Hannafin way back at the 15-yard line. And number 32, just a freshman, but he has impressed not only in our warm-ups when we go down before we talk to Coach Palka, but he's translating it to the game. And this is a guy I'm going to be excited to see for not only the next 2, hopefully more games, but certainly in the years to come.
And quick change of topic here real quick for those Bulldog fans watching the Hope game and realizing that this one might just be hopes to win for this week. They have Calvin and Olivet to close out their season.
1st and 10, scoop in, throws. What an acrobatic grab. Zekman with a beautiful catch to the Adrian College 31-yard line. For a quick 1st and 10.
Yeah, and if you're Maddox Woods, you want that one back right over the fingertips of him in that little hook zone there.
Scooping for such a poor first half. He's put together a good second half. Takes the shotgun snap, moves the pocket left, throws that way. It's high and incomplete. There's a flag on the far side of the field in the wide receiver area. Wonder if it's an alignment issue, if a Bulldog was offside on the play, or a shift, or someone was covering something up.
Flags came from both sidelines, actually.
Oh, they did? Oh, good eye.
All I heard from the PA was that it was against the Hornets and it was declined to make it 2nd and 10.
Okay, so the down will count, incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 Kalamazoo from their own 31. Adrian brings pressure off the edge. There comes Woods. Nice step up by Scoopin. Looking for Hannafin, chased by Layton. Scoopin scampers for a 1st and 10 for Kazoo, and these seniors are certainly putting it all out on the line here today. As that internal clock has to be just tick, tick, and Maddox Woods off the edge. Good step through by the senior. Scoopin, 319 yards through the air. He's looking for more here. Merlin brings pressure. Rolling out of the pocket. Carey gives chase. He can't get him. Scoopin throws short. Tipped and picked. Intercepted on the near sideline. Coronas Davis. Who cares if I have a cast on my left hand? Bulldog interception. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 in this contest.
How about that? A new definition of a one-handed catch. He used both arms, but unfortunately he only has one hand with opposable digits to grab onto that football. Great job there as well. He deflected it, had the wherewithal to keep both feet in bounds and make the catch, all but daggering that offense.
So 4 interceptions for Scoopin, and the announcer curse continues. Praise the quarterback, and he throws a pick. Here's Adrian's quarterback, Noah Boudry. Over to Ethan Aberger. Gets a block from Braden Whitaker as he gets close to the 50-yard line and mark him out at the 47-yard line. So 4 interceptions for Dawson Scoopin. 3 in the first half, 1 here in the second, with 11 and 32 to go in this one. Dogs up comfortably 27-7.
It was interesting the Bulldogs were in spread last time, having 4 wide receivers. Now they're in a split backfield. No tight ends on the field for the first 2 plays.
Carson Schrader and Steve McCoy are the 2 backs. They'll switch. Schrader to his right, McCoy to his left. He is Noah Boudry. Takes that snap, little crossing concept. McCoy gets the rock, and he powers ahead for a first down. And we'll check the yellow hanky at the 48-yard line.
That back judge was trying to show off that he has a cannon back there.
Matthew Hall not looking too happy. Oh, and that's the one time the ref's mic works the whole time through the call, as it was on Matt Hall. Holding against the Bulldogs. It'll back things up for second down with 11 minutes to go in this ball game.
It's also the first time we've seen a holding called on an offensive lineman in the last 2 games that we've called, I believe.
There was one late against Hope. Boudry to throw. Catch made. Whitaker jumps out of bounds. Gets some of the penalty yardage back. Those 2 plays before the field goal.
I thought it came against a wide receiver or tight end, though. I know you are correct, there was a holding, but I think it came against a tight end that stayed in to block.
Oh. We'll check the play-by-play. I don't know. There was someone on the line of scrimmage. Third down and 8 for the Dogs. Boudry going to run this. Boudry needs a block. He gets one up near the 50 and a first down for Noah as he gets inside Kalamazoo territory. So third down and 8. Boudry gives you 10. And a guy that was comfortable doing that in high school, comfortable doing that in college, at both schools he's been at, does it again right there. First and 10, Adrian at the 46-yard line of Kazoo. Noah's going to pass. Going deep, and his wide receiver falls down. Whitaker wanted a flag. So incomplete. Now, if your feet get tangled up, that's no flag. If you fall down, that's certainly no flag. I'm not totally sure what happened on the play.
I didn't see it either. It looked like it might have been a little bit of hand fighting, feet get tangled, and he just took a tumble. Nothing too egregious by any means from the look up here.
So second down for the Dogs. Maybe feet got tangled watching the video replay. Second down and long. Boudry looking for an outlet pass. There's Brumley. Brumley gets popped after he makes the reception right at the line of scrimmage. Number 6 there to greet him. Jermaine Calloway, the sophomore out of St. Clair Shores, Michigan. So it's a third down and long for Adrian College on the game today. 7 of 11. They're 1 for 2 on fourth down. That was on the first drive of the game. They were stopped at the goal line.
And imagine being some of these Kalamazoo fans. You get to come to a Kalamazoo College game, and you can leave here and walk across the highway over to a
flags all over the place. Bulldogs walking back. It's a snap infraction on Isaiah Simon, and yeah, you're right. I mean, you had soccer game behind us for Kazoo, and the football game here. And then 4 o'clock, you can jump on over to Western. I'm telling you, fans in the stands already. I mean, even too early for the band. Big game. Got to get the good seats. Stands are pretty full here at Kalamazoo. Bulldogs need 15 on third down. 9 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Bulldogs up by 20. Boudry in the pocket. Unloads one far side. Right into the bucket. Whitaker with a great grab again inside the Kalamazoo 20. Picked on Puckin again, and advantage Whitaker.
I don't understand how he caught that ball. The ball was thrown by Boudry, and it gets to Whitaker, and it just disappeared.
Oh, it was like a glitch in a video game. It went right through the defender.
It looked like the Michael Pittman one-handed grab against, I can't remember who the Colts played last week, but he had a one-handed grab on the goal line that looked exactly like that.
Wow, first and goal Bulldogs. 8.5 to go in this one. McCoy's going to get this carry, bouncing off his blockers. Stiff arm at the 2, toward the goal line. He's just short, marked down at the 1, and a flag away from the play afterwards. And Aberger fired up.
Yeah, Aberger came out of that pile not too happy, and now he's all the way back at the 20, trying to get calmed down by his teammates.
Just blocking downfield. Trying to watch the camera, and he throws the Kalamazoo player down, and that's what they're going to get, I believe. Tangled up with Ben Maurice, the freshman out of Oak Park. And our ref, Mike, here at the stadium, not broadcasting exactly what they're going to call, but Adrian will back things up. So a personal foul, I would anticipate against Ethan Aberger. They're going to replay the down, which I guess is fortunate for the Bulldogs. 1st and goal out from the 16. Late substitution is, 3 split out to the right side, couple out to the left, Boudry alone. Now McCoy joins him in the shotgun. 3 on the play clock for Noah. Boudry takes the snap. Quarterback run. Boudry at the 15. Skips out toward the 10 and moves down to the 8-yard line, where it will be a 2nd down and goal from there.
You love to see that from Noah Boudry. He got over to the sideline and he actually high-fived a young fan standing near the fence, understanding what it's all about from the very experienced quarterback here for the Bulldogs.
Kid's going to talk about that all day. Bulldogs, they did count the last down, so it's actually 3rd and goal now. Boudry gets a block, throws far side. Aberger makes the grab. Touchdown, Adrian College. Aberger from Boudry, 7 yards out. What a moment for the Aberger family right there as Ethan scores for the Bulldogs.
2nd touchdown of the day. I don't know if you remember us talking before the broadcast. I had said, I think Ethan Aberger is going to get himself 2 today. And there's his 2nd one.
You were optimistic about him because he was really shut down by Hope last week, and Chris Jackson. CJ with a sack fumble here today. Snap is high, but a good hold by Moore, and the point after touchdown is good by Jack Boyke. So the Bulldogs drive the field thanks to a beautiful catch by Braden Whitaker and an Ethan Aberger touchdown reception. With 7:15 to go in this one, it's the Bulldogs 34, the Hornets 7. We'll be back in 30 on the Adrian College Sports Network. To Kalamazoo College, Ian Wentz, Sean Whitmer. Bulldogs 6-1, looking to go to 7-1 and 4-1 in the MIAA. 7:15 to play in this one, 34-7, and the Jack Boyke kickoff will be taken by Lucas Hannafin inside the 5 to the 15 to the 20, and he meets his match at the 25-yard line, and that's where Kalamazoo will start this possession, 1st and 10. Quick look around the MIAA. Hope, no trouble with Albion. 55-0 in the 4th quarter. Alma, not much trouble with Trine. 42-21. They are in the 4th quarter. Calvin, no trouble with Olivet. 35-14. They are in the early 4th quarter in their contest. 1st and 10, Kalamazoo. Bell's going to get the carry. Liam Carey missing on that tackle in the backfield, so 42 gets up for a couple as Bennett Gildy and Maddox Woods helped with the tackle. Ethan Burrows with 2 interceptions, Liam Carey with 1, Cronus Davis with the other. 6.5 to go. Scoopin throws short, catch made, Bulldog defender falls down as number 2, that's Braden Lavis, the wide receiver, picks up a Kalamazoo 1st down.
Quincy Dorsey tried to plant his foot and drive on the reception and slipped and fell. He got back up and finished the play well with the tackle, but would like to see him keep his footing there. It probably stops him right at the point of contact.
That was Dawson Skupin's 60th pass attempt. This one's going to be a run for Bell. Bell gets a block and gets popped in the secondary by Ethan Burrows after a 6-yard gain on first down.
That was not Skupin's 60th throw because they have their backup in the game right now. It is number 7, Zach Maurice, senior
Good
quarterback.
call.
Getting the other seniors some reps on senior day.
Yeah, so stuck at 59. Maurice 1 for 1 for 8 yards. Looking for more here. Flips it off short. Nice diving grab for minimal or no gain. Kyler Majorana, sophomore out of Harrison Township. Brings up a third down for the Hornets. Third down has been a good down for these teams today. Adrian 9 for 13. Kalamazoo 10 of 16 on third down. 5:15 and moving here in the fourth. Bulldogs bring a blitz off the edge. Kalamazoo picks it up, throws, tipped in the air, and incomplete. Dorsey thought he may have had an INT, but it bounces off the hands of Aaron Zeckman and incomplete. So a quick drive there for Kalamazoo. It'll send the punt unit out. See Carson Moat. 6'5", 205-pound punter. Cooper Tracy, 6'3", 200 pounds. So quite a bit of punter here today. Snap is about thigh high. It's a low screaming punt. Aberger is going to get a chance at the 25, to the 30, 35, and swarmed by the Hornets at the 38-yard line. You like that, Sean? No? Not ideal? Good?
I can't speak.
Good, not great?
I make the same puns in hockey all the time.
Can't believe that's my first swarmed reference.
Once you get to the point where you're calling a game where the mascot's the orange and you actually bring out the word pulp, that's when you might have gone a little bit too far.
Quite possibly. So 4:58 to play. See if Adrian can lean on this ground game with McCoy in the backfield. Or no, it's not McCoy. That's a Shondell Hardnett sighting as a flag flies as soon as the snap was taken. You talk about a player you love seeing on the field, the senior from Detroit, Martin Luther King, Shondell Hardnett. Dealt with injury in the offseason. He's worked his way in the last couple weeks. And the formation illegal. 5 men in the backfield. So the Dogs will back up 5 more.
Would have almost liked to see a little bit more of Shondell Hardnett this game, having almost no Trey Brueggemann or Carson Schrader to speak of.
Yeah, Bulldogs have used a stable of backs here today. Boudry, the quarterback, in the gun. It's going to be a run fake. Boudry eludes one, steps up into the pocket, gets tripped and spins into the umpire. Oh, and he's down. Oh, grabbing his head. Oh, he turns over on his back. The trainers rush out from both sides to take a look. Yeah, we're going to call a timeout for injury. The umpire is Carl Knoop, and he's down at the 44. We're going to step aside. 4.5 to go. Bulldogs up 34-7 on the Adrian College Sports Network. College Sports Network, able to get our umpire, Carl Knoop, off the field. Has had a chance to look at the replay. He got rolled up on as Adrian College has possession, 2nd and long. Run for Chandel Hartnett gets stopped at the 44-yard line. So on the play with the injured umpire, Boudry able to run through the pocket. He got flipped up into the air and collided, looked like with the knee of the umpire. So they're making some changes to our officiating crew here, Sean.
Yeah, it looks like they just reorganized where everybody would stand at.
Boudry, quick pass. Bulldogs setting up a screen for Ethan Aberger. Gets through one tackle, but not the second, as he picks up 8-ish yards into Kalamazoo territory for a 1st and 10 at the 46. So, Sean, you were talking about player of the game possibilities with Whitaker with 2 touchdowns, Aberger with a touchdown here. He has 15 catches.
Aberger also has a rushing touchdown.
That he does. Boudry with 3 through the air, 32 of 40, 294 yards. He stands in the gun, 1st and 10. Play action pass to Hartnett. Throws it short for Carson Schrader. Schrader gets through one would-be tackler as he's bumped out of bounds inside the KZoo 40. And that'll put Boudry up over 300 yards today. Bulldogs average around 40 points per game, as they're at 34 right now. 34-7 is our score with 3 minutes left in this game. You like to finish off with the football here if you're Coach Joe Palka. And his son Tyler, the offensive coordinator. Boudry will give off to Carson Schrader. The Valpo transfer as a flag flies in at the end of the play. Cheers from the Kalamazoo fans as they think it's a hold. And the hold is on Bulldog left tackle, Bryce Keller. Probably the loudest cheer since the Kalamazoo touchdown here in the second half.
I would almost argue that it was louder than the Kalamazoo touchdown cheer.
Well, they were blowing bubbles during the touchdown. So 2:43 left in this one. Next week, the Bulldogs return home. Final home game of the regular season. Trine University comes to town. The Border Brawl Trophy on the line. Bulldogs will finish the regular season at Alma a couple weeks from now. Both games 1 o'clock starts right here on the Adrian College Sports Network. 2nd and 11 for the Dogs. It's going to be a run for Schrader. Schrader over the left guard following Pruchnik. Or right guard, I should say. That's a good spot to go as he picks up quite a bit of that penalty yardage. As we're going to come up on the 2-minute timeout. And we have hit 2 minutes left to go in this contest. Bulldogs up big. It's 34-7 over Kalamazoo College. Ian Wentz, Sean Whitmer, Tim Ambrose. You're tuned into Bulldog football on the Adrian College Sports Network. Right back on the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Wentz, Sean Whitmer. 2 minutes left to go from KZoo. Bulldogs looking at a 3rd and 3 from the Hornets' 39-yard line. 34-7, Dogs lead it. It's going to be a run for Carson Schrader. Schrader first and 10 following the left side of the line. Bush and Keller. Adrian now 11 of 15 on third down today. Getting a couple new Dogs in the lineup. As you mentioned Quinn Hiram before. 81 also in, Josh Sherwood. 86, Gabe Schwieters. Snap to Boudry. Give to Carson Schrader. Following Matt Hall, the right tackle. Gets inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. So we've seen plenty of Bulldog running backs here this afternoon. We've had McCoy, we've had Schrader, Brueggemann, Greer with a run, Hardnett, Aberger, and of course Noah Boudry doing some running as well. Noah through the air, 313 yards, 3 touchdowns, 33 of 41. So second down and call it 4 inside of 1 minute left. Run play, Schrader makes a man miss in the backfield. Tries to find the sideline, gets popped at the 20 and dropped right there. It's a first down. And we'll probably see one more snap here in Kalamazoo.
Looks like it, as it's about 6 seconds or so separating play clock and game clock.
First down and 10. Boudry will move toward his center. Isaiah Simon will take this one from under center. Take a knee and put a bow on it. Another first for this coaching staff, a win at Kalamazoo. And the Bulldogs, who are receiving votes in the latest rankings, make another statement on the road. Bulldogs unblemished away from Docking Stadium. They moved to 7-1 on the year, 4-1 in the conference.
Bulldogs did a really good job today at executing the little things and doing everything they needed to do in order to come out victorious and do exactly what we expected them to do. Could they have put up more points? I think if you ask the coaching staff, they feel like they maybe should have had a few more touchdowns that they didn't capitalize on, but at the end of the day, they, I think, only punted twice, and that's a pretty successful day offensively if you're the Bulldogs.
Kalamazoo's end of their season. They go to Alma next week, then they're at Trine to end the 2025 season. The Bulldogs will host Trine next week for their senior day, and then end the regular season at Alma, another team in the conference receiving votes, and you'd expect these two to stay there after their results today. The Scots winning big, the Bulldogs win big here today, 34-7. We'll have our final stats, review of this one, and a quick look ahead to Trine next week. Another Bulldog victory, this one at Kalamazoo, 34-7. We'll be back with our post-game show on the Adrian College Sports Network. To Kalamazoo College, Ian Wendt, Sean Whitmer with your post-game show. 34-7 is your final score. Bulldogs get it done. They were up 27-0 at the half, just one touchdown apiece in the second half. Looking at some of our final team numbers today, first downs, both teams had 24. Bulldogs ran the ball 33 times, 193 yards. They had 33 catches for 313. Kalamazoo had 16 rushes for 34 yards. They had 40 catches for 339 through the air. 4 interceptions created by the Adrian defense. Total plays, 74 for 506 for the Dogs, 79 for 370 for the Hornets today. Again, 4 interceptions. Bulldogs got 43 return yards on the day. Penalties were a bit of a problem, 9 for 74 for Adrian, 4 for 20 for Kalamazoo. Bulldogs had 2 punts, averaging 44.5. Kalamazoo with 3 for 43 yards. Adrian did win the time of possession battle with that last possession, 31-19 to 28-41. Bulldogs were 11 of 15 on third down, and the Hornets were 10 of 17. Fourth down, Dogs were 1 for 2, and Kalamazoo 2 for 3. Those are your team numbers today. Then the score of 34-7. Let's look at some of our individual performers.
Starting with the passing game, Noah Boudry walks out with 33 of 41. That's an 80% completion percentage, 313 yards, 3 touchdowns. Longest pass of the day went for 44 yards. That was when he linked up with Braden Whitaker, who finished the game with 11 receptions for 134 yards. 2 of those Noah Boudry touchdowns went his way. Ethan Aberger grabbed the other Boudry touchdown, also finished with 15 receptions and 96 yards. Ryan Brumley, 5 catches for 73 yards. Carson Schrader and McCoy both grabbed 1 catch, combined for 10 yards there. McCoy ran the ball 10 times, leading the team. He had 81 yards. Noah Boudry also had 10 carries for 71 yards and a touchdown. Ethan Aberger grabbed a touchdown on the ground as well. Looking over at our defense, Maddox Woods, mind you, led the way with 9 solo tackles and 1 tackle for a loss. Chris Jackson, the only sack on the day, also forced a fumble through that sack. Dorsey had 3 pass breakups, while Ethan Burrows 2 interceptions. Coronis Davis and Liam Carey each grabbed 1 of their own, totaling 4 interceptions on the day. Special teams, Jack Boyke had 6 kickoffs, 3 of which went for touchbacks. Quincy Dorsey, 1 kick return for 16 yards. And Cooper Tracy, 2 punts, 89 yards. 1 inside the 20, that was fair caught, and his long was 45 on the day.
So they have it, individual numbers for the Dogs. And if you look at it, if Adrian scored on their first drive, where they were stopped at the goal line, they'd be right about at their average for both sides. I mean, Adrian gives up now just less than 11 points per game, and they score about 40. So if you look at the numbers, this is about as you would expect. And, you throw all that stuff out the window when it's a rival, and that's what's coming up next week. We just had Senior Day for Kalamazoo. Senior Day next week for the Adrian College Bulldogs, 1 o'clock at Docking Stadium. Just a quick look ahead there for Adrian and Trine, as it looks like Alma's going to hang on and win that one. It's 42-28, late fourth quarter. So Trine coming in off a loss, Adrian coming in after a win.
Yeah, and I think it's really interesting to note that Alma, Trine, Hope, and Kalamazoo, or Adrian and Kalamazoo, all 4 teams interchanging throughout these last 3 weeks of the season schedule, with Trine coming in to play the Bulldogs next week and then having Kalamazoo come to them for the final week of the season. Bulldogs are going to Alma to finish out the season, and Kalamazoo going to Alma next week. So, yeah, it's just these 4 teams are the last. They're just going to see each other for the last 3 weeks of the season and interchange throughout who's hosting and who's playing who. But it's going to be a lot of familiar faces on tape for these coaching staffs. Yeah, you said it. And looking ahead, we talk about the conference opportunities. We talked in the pregame. In order to win the MIAA for the Bulldogs, to win the championship and get the automatic bid to the postseason, they need another Hope loss, and we need to win the last 2 games to win the title outright. Hope would have the tiebreaker over us, despite Hope losing to Alma through like the 4th tiebreaker. But again, and we talked with Coach Palka pregame, there is still the opportunity for postseason football. There are some at-large bids in Division III, so you want to rack up as many votes as you can in these national polls to
keep yourself in position. So they certainly held their own here today with a 34-7 win. It's now time to give Sean 30 more seconds to think of his player of the game. We'll be right back with that right after this. Bulldogs winners here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Winners 34-7. They moved to 7-1 on the season. 2 more games to go, but it's time for our player of the game selection, and for that we go to Sean.
Well, I'm going to change things up here a little bit, and we're going to go hockey format and give, hockey, they give 3 players of the game.
They do.
Well, they give the 3 stars.
Right.
You get the 1 star, the 2 star, and the 3 stars. Well, for the Bulldogs, I think they had 3 players star in this game, if you will, and
nice.
I think you can't speak about this game without talking about some honorable mentions first. Ethan Aberger, 15 receptions, 96 yards, and a touchdown. He did fumble the ball once. He had those 2 carries, one of which was the fumble, the other one the touchdown that he ran in for. And then some other honorable mentions, Maddox Woods with the 9 solo tackles. He also was flying around in pass coverage, creating some big physical plays. He had 1 pass breakup. You have Quincy Dorsey, who had 7 tackles on the day, 3 pass breakups. Chris Jackson had the 1 sack on the day, also forced a fumble on that sack. The Bulldogs did recover. Now we're getting into our aforementioned 3 stars of the game. In the 3rd star, give it to Noah Boudry. 33 of 41 today, 313 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Also ran the ball 10 times for 71 yards and a touchdown. He did not lose a single yard rushing all day. And then the 2nd star of the day, you go Braden Whitaker, 11 receptions, 134 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He also had the longest reception of the day. Did not run the ball at all, which really isn't a surprise. It's not necessarily his style. And I think the 1st star of the game, or player of the game, if you will, is going to be Ethan Burrows, number 35, the safety, coming in from Concordia Ann Arbor. 6 solo tackles on the day. He had 1 pass breakup, but the reason he gets it, 2 interceptions and cementing himself in Adrian College football history.
Yeah, tied for 2nd in terms of interceptions in a season with 7. So he came in with 5, bumps it up to 7, and the all-time record for a season is 9. So 2 more games to tie that, or get 3 more and hold the record all your own. But yeah, Burrow's a great game, and his safety mate, Ethan Layton, in the defensive backfield. A lot of Ethans on this Bulldog football team. We got Layton, Aberger, and Burrows. But Layton stepping in place of an injured Tim Simon. Did a good job. Got his feet under him. Played a good football game. But certainly Ethan Burrows with the street nearby named the same as the Bulldog safety, as he earns our player of the game honors. Adrian, all-time, looking at AdrianBulldogs.com, they now move to 45-25-1 all-time against Kalamazoo College. We will talk to you again next week, as we will be back home for the final home game of the regular season, hosting Trine. Pregame, 12:45, kickoff at 1 o'clock. For Tim Ambrose, our engineer, for Sean Whitmer, also our engineer and our broadcast analyst, I'm Ian Wentz saying good afternoon from Kalamazoo. The final score, once again, the Adrian College Bulldogs 34, Kalamazoo College Hornets 7. You've been listening to Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network.